awkward penguins. All right, I'm gonna snap this thing on. All right, it's live. This is the wide angle. Okay.
Okay, cool. I can see the chat.
You got it?
I'm in there. Yeah.
Boom.
Over there.
That shit's crazy how well it works,
Yeah,
dude.
it is.
That's awesome.
People don't. That's good. There's no one in there to see me like when I move my
Yeah.
head. Like.
Hang on. Let me share this out real quick. I'm gonna go post it on the Grim 86.
Oh, we got 2 people.
Send it to these chuds over here. Don't send it twice though. Now, let's go here really quick. Let's go to our actual page. All right, post. There we go. I could use one, sweetie.
I'm good.
Okay.
Please.
We have bubbly too,
Sure.
We got lots of flavors.
Yeah.
Any flavor.
Watermelon, pineapple, apple, berry, cherry.
Orange.
Berry would be good.
Berry.
Yeah.
Blackberry.
Thank you. We got 4 people there.
Let's see where. Okay, I don't know where the fuck that post just went that I made.
Whoever's in the chat, announce yourselves.
Yeah, tell if you're in the chat. Say what's up. Tell us.
Right,
Tell us you're in the chat.
Yeah, no, see, it says
There we
4 people.
Jamie, I'm gonna share that. All right, so that's that. You guys can share those out if you want to. Oh, ooh, we got people in chat.
Nope.
Can we all scoot that way just a little bit?
Which way you want?
Sit that way towards you.
We're scooching.
Just a little bit. I'm like, oh, I want to move this like kind of like that. Yeah, perfect. Good.
So
We're totally practicing.
I did dodge the table leg, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that would be
Gotcha.
bad.
We're totally practicing social
Yeah.
distancing
Yeah, this is
right
weird.
now.
I'm not used to being in the middle.
Yeah,
You're not.
That's weird.
Yeah,
All right,
you're
that's all
usually,
right. I'm cool.
You're usually in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Baby,
Baby always
Usually
gets
in
put.
the
I used that earlier.
He's in the
actually.
quarantine. Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
How's it
Yeah.
going?
Johnny is hot.
Who's that? Of course.
Sumerian Barbarian. I'm
What
in
up,
the chat. You are in the chat.
Yes, you are.
Who's this? You know who this is?
Can't see it.
Barbarian? Sumerian
I can't
Barbarian.
really tell.
Who is that?
I don't know. Who are you?
Who is Mr. or Mrs. Barbarian? Or
So-
Punk rock
those
libertarian.
aren't the only
Taxation
things.
is theft. Logan's chilling too.
What?
TJ, who's TJ?
Yeah.
Who is TJ?
Oh, that's badass,
Right?
dude.
Oh,
TJ.
The guy
That's
that
fucking
did the-
TJ, dude. He's the one who made our agreement.
Oh, what up, dude?
Oh, cool. Thank
Fuck
you,
yeah.
sir. Appreciate
Thanks
all
for
that.
stopping by, TJ.
Yeah,
Good
man,
to see
thanks
you,
for
man.
hanging out, bro. We got 5 people.
Dude, hell yeah.
Getting there.
No, he did that artwork for us pro bono.
Yeah.
He didn't ask us to pay him for that.
That's awesome.
That fucking, and we went through a couple of iterations with it. Not only did he
Yep.
do the work, but he sent it and was like, what do you think? And we're like, oh, well, we want you to change this, this, and this, which is, I don't know if you ever commissioned an art
Oh,
piece
no, it's
before.
expensive.
Unless you're paying for it, you do not fucking tell them how to change
That's
anything.
very-
Right?
Even then,
Yeah.
a
They
lot of
get all-
times they're
they get
like,
all by
hey,
their-
sorry. They might
Yeah.
do something, but not much.
Yeah.
We've
Oh.
used also some of the other color variations that he had for like the sideshows.
Yes, we have.
So we
Yeah.
used everything he sent, even the black and white thing.
The black and white thing, dude.
Yeah.
TJ, when you had the penciled one done, and you did like half of it in ink, bro. Like we have that on profile pictures for other sites and shit. Like we used everything, man. We used all of it.
Much appreciated.
So, what is this DC video that someone sent you?
Oh yeah, they're doing a Gotham, some city high thing. I didn't get to watch it. It looked so bad.
High school or something?
Yeah,
Oh,
it looked
God,
like
no.
some PC nonsense.
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, I'll watch it later. I just didn't have time.
What's up, Corey?
Corey, what do you mean, man? You can't find that on normal FB? What's up?
Go to our page.
I posted it on the Grim 86 page, and I posted it on my page. You should be able to see it. Oh man.
Yeah.
TJ, yeah, man, we appreciate, dude. The art that you've given us so far has been fucking gold, bro. If you go back,
it's what
and see,
Jamie calls Tits
hiding.
McGee.
he says, or we do like if you look at any of our old videos when we have the green screen up, your logo is prominently displayed on our green screen behind us. So I mean, it's like
At the command bunker, we're at the mobile command bunker.
Yes.
we rock that shit, bro. We're super proud of it, and we love it, man. So it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone? Are you doing side work? Because I will give your number to people. You got an amazing talent, man. And,
Contact Jamie,
Yeah.
and he'll take it down.
Yeah.
If you are doing side work.
Yeah. If you're doing side work, I'll send it your way.
Corey, so you just woke up from nap. Are you one of those non-essential employees?
Sleeping.
I know, right?
Sleeping, bro.
So
It's true.
what I was thinking was pink for Val. Yeah, because pink is her call sign, and then I was just gonna do tan for mine because tan is my shit.
Arts
But
and
I have
crafts, people. Arts and crafts.
green.
Like a 4-screen almost.
Yeah, I got a bright blue. There's a black in there too,
Yeah.
but I want it to contrast. So I was thinking like a couple of tan on mine and one pink on hers.
Okay. We can do that. We can make that
And
happen.
then I was thinking, I kind of want to watch you do it and see if maybe I can do it.
Talk it through.
Yeah, because
Okay.
what I'd like to do is be able to learn how to do it so I can go do it to all my parents' radios. You know, be like, oh, fucking mom, dad, brother,
Or zipper
sister.
pulls. He's talking about a little piece of you weave basically paracord on your like zipper pulls or your lanyards or whatever.
Yeah, so paracord, it's a very strong fabric cord made out of nylon. They usually have a tensile strength of up to like 500 pounds in some cases,
550.
depending on which one you get. Yeah, paracord 550. So depending on the rating, they're not all the same. So if you're buying paracord to
At a hardware store.
be put under
Right.
a load, make sure it's rated for whatever the fuck poundage you're going to be pulling. But you can make bracelets and slings and cool little shit about this. Make fold up nice little origami knots and shit. So you get like a 6-foot thing of paracord in a little thing like that big, which is pretty cool. So it's a really good like survival tool. This is kind of something we never really kind of talked about this. Huh?
No.
This is actually good then.
You also get really good blisters from tying them.
Really good blisters from tying.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess
Doing
you could.
100 freaking
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing,
Other
definitely.
things
buttstocks. It's Guardian buttstocks.
that I made.
Yeah, we took your design.
Yeah, you
made, like,
remember you
100
messed
of
with
them
those for a while. On
No,
the,
I know that.
Was it the minimal stock he was doing it on?
Yeah, there was the MTA stock.
Yeah.
But they had you guys making those? I thought I made all of
Me.
those.
No, me. After you left.
Valerie is off camera, just so
I
you know
didn't
the
realize she-
disembodied voice, female
Okay.
voices.
I didn't realize.
Shout out
so
to Valerie off camera.
I created a product when I worked for a
And
company.
there's just like this voice
that
talking.
used,
People are like, who the fuck?
that used paracord on their stock. Can you turn that down?
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't realize that after I left the company, they kept making them. Apparently they did. Apparently my girlfriend had to fucking make all the
Thanks for
left-
nothing, Jamie.
Yeah. So when Val
She's
left-
complaining about blisters from tying them.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
I've made so in the
I
past,
never knew that.
I've made like where you have like machetes or whatever, and you'll tie the lanyard on it, and then you can actually adjust it, so it'll like kind of give you a knuckle grip. It's not really a guard.
Like
It's kind of helps it stay in place
Stay
when
on
you're
your
chopping.
hand. Yeah.
Done that. It sometimes takes me a minute to figure out how to do little weird things like that, like weird tweak things. But the average like lanyard you'd have on your knife or zipper,
Cobra knot.
yeah, I can do those all day long.
So essentially, when you left the company, they put Val to work in a sweatshop.
Kind of.
I guess. Well, the thing was, like, I made this one-off stock because, like, when I worked for the company, right, it was a paintball company, and they specialize in magazine-fed paintball guns. So they were all realistic. They looked real. They fed like mags. They didn't have hoppers on them like a competition gun would.
That's cool.
And so there was like this weird like paintball versus like operator mentality. And like everyone in the paintball community, like they kind of get the operator mentality, but not really. And I came from the airsoft world where everyone's about real steel, real world. If it's not realistic, we don't fucking want it. And so I started making these paracord stocks because like in the airsoft community, they would have fucking sold like hotcakes.
Yeah.
But everyone in here is like, well, I don't really understand what the big deal is. Like, I don't really know. It doesn't really serve a purpose. It doesn't help me perform. And it's like, no, an airsofter would want it because that's what a fucking special forces guy would have on his gun because that's the real deal. Because you never know when you need to make a fucking sling out of that shit or something, right? But like the paintball community didn't eat it up as much. But apparently after I left, they still kept making them. So I guess they did better than I thought.
Yeah, you can make dog leashes.
Yeah. Bigger collar?
Yeah,
Dog collar?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it on the collar, but yeah, I've actually seen like vets that have them and they made them and they must have taken all day to make that thing. That's crazy.
It's like 100 feet and shit, but it's all like that. I dig paracord's a cool thing to have, but yeah.
I use it. Realistically, I use it for a few zipper pulls, and I use it for like shelters, like with tarps and things. Like that's generally when I use it the most.
I can't think of any other reason to have it other than just make a couple of those bracelets.
Yeah, or to have fun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like that. It's kind of fun.
A couple of bracelets, just so I can have them throw them in my go bags or whatever. But it'd be nice to have one. They make those ones that have like it's got like fucking matches and like.
I have one that has a compass,
hooks in it,
a whistle, and a flint strike.
Yeah,
those
are great. Those are cool.
That one I got as a gift.
It comes with the rape whistle.
Yeah,
it's a rape whistle.
Yes,
okay,
for sure.
You need one of those.
You don't need a firearm if you have a rape whistle.
It's actually
that's what we're all about here.
It's actually an all-purposes whistle. You can use it for other things than that, but it is.
I can't think of one, but yeah.
Hey, top flight security.
I'm trying to lighten it up. Trying to lighten it up.
I'm in the
top
woods.
Flight security, okay?
You're all in the woods. I'm lost. That's what they're supposed to be for. Survival whistle.
Yeah, because when you're lost down the middle of the woods, someone's gonna hear you.
Or you just do it like when you're in a crowded a bunch of people and shit, and do it like covertly and it's on your wrist. They'll be like, "What the fuck?"
You mean like I was covertly annoying Nat the other day?
I do have the rape whistle, Corey. Of course I do. I do have a whistle somewhere. I have one of those stupid glow sticks that is a battery-powered one. It's got a flashlight on the top, and you can make it strobe. It's like an orange glow stick. It's got you pull the bottom off, and it's got a little rape whistle on there, too. So I do own one of those. But it's weird because I put it in Bo's kit that I was... I actually did.
Yeah, you put the whistle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was because it was a glow stick, but yeah, now that I think about it, it was unintentional. But yeah. During the apocalypse, he runs around with his rape whistle glow stick.
Actually, I gotta act like I'm on a rave, bro. I got the glow stick and the whistle.
I'm gonna actually pull up the live stream of my thing too.
I did, but now it's not giving me updates on the chat.
I sent you guys on
no.
Bo and Jamie. I sent you guys the Gotham City thing.
Did you?
Just real quick, just so you can see the headline. You don't watch it, but you can see what it looks like, and you're like, just by looking at it, you're like, oh, this is all
that's
bad.
weird. Okay.
Yeah, because
I wish I had time to watch it. Because
I guess Corey wasn't the top chat because it didn't want to show up when you commented about Johnny's rape whistle.
Yeah, probably because
it showed up here. On ours.
I know, but I
had
I had it on the top chat, I guess, not live chat. So, yeah.
Yeah, Chris couldn't make it, and Bo hasn't been here for a while, so we grabbed him real quick.
Yeah, Bo just has
been a minute. Yeah,
stoked about it.
He broke quarantine.
Yeah, always breaking quarantine. When you're making cat burgers, you got to break quarantine.
It's getting desperate times out there. You know, set traps and you get whatever critter and you make it into a burger.
Yeah,
or sausage. I prefer sausages.
Right now we're being fancy with cat burgers. It might end up being squirrel burgers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jamie and I learned all about sausages. How to make them. How long you have to dry them.
The Italian dude. Yeah, no, it is. Hey, yeah, laugh all you want, but this dude, follow this Italian dude on YouTube, and oh my god, he's hilarious. He's like, when he eats it, he does this thing with his hands, where he's like, oh, it's just so good. Him and his buddies, it's Italian as fuck. It's hilarious.
He waves his hand around as he's eating wieners. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're not wieners. They're large Italian sausages.
Does the Italian guy sell houses?
Yeah, that sounds so much better.
No, that's a different Italian. Yeah.
Dick her down in the tub.
Fucking whore.
Any of the hardcore Grim 86 people know about the Italian realtor. I think you can. What is it? You can just Google.
I think you can't just.
Italian
funny Italian guy sells house. I think you just look that up. Oh, your sister's a fucking whore. Wow. Okay, buddy.
It's the best realtor of all time.
Corey, to answer your question, I think if we have to extend into June, then
Jesus Christ.
Then
what was the question?
Is any big going to happen? I think if it has to extend to June, then yeah, we're going to see some shit.
On me monitoring the Santa Clara County sheriffs, I've noticed in the last 3 days a little bit more break-in stuff and a lot more like armed robbery type things. So that's something that like changed within the last, I would say this last weekend basically.
Yeah, because before that was the
So
domestic
that
violence. Right?
Probably what are we at right now? We're at day 15. So
Day 15.
I would say like day
It
12
played up there.
started. So oh, there you go. Hey, now we can watch ourselves all over the place.
Damn, I'm on TV.
We're getting all fancy. Each
I
week
know,
we're
right?
gonna get a little bit more dialed in here.
It's all right, boys. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, I'm the tech guy. So look at that. We got 12 viewers now.
Yeah, oh!
Totally counts.
When you're
One,
when you're
2,
yeah.
3, 4. All right, that's fine. Half of the viewership's us.
We got frozen in time.
Nah, that's all good. It's gonna happen.
We're frozen.
Yeah, I went back and watched last week's and it happened a few times. So
Something big. So, on that same note, I hope something big doesn't happen.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, I mean, hey, look,
But-
here's the thing. Like, we guys that are in our shoes, we kind of put ourselves, we consider ourselves preppers, we consider ourselves survivalists, you know, that type of thing. We like to think that we'd be in a decent spot if there were some sort of a collapse would happen, but I can honestly say that I hope that it doesn't happen. Because fuck, man, I don't
right.
having to fight in the streets.
Yeah.
And like when I say fight in the streets, I'm not talking about with your fucking fists. I mean like with guns and armor and shit. That doesn't terrify you? That terrifies me. I don't want to have
Well,
to
you're in
do
the
it.
middle of the city too, so yeah.
It's one of those fuck around and find out times, isn't it? It's like I hope we don't have to fucking do anything.
Catch me outside.
Catch me outside.
Right. How about
Yeah,
that?
I don't think anything's gonna really pop off until like about a little over a month in, and then I don't think that means it's gonna like be like shit hit the fan kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just think that you're gonna maybe have to have, if it stays the way that I've been noticing the scanner traffic, you might want to have somebody watching stuff, but it's just like at night. But I'm not worried about it as of now, but it might in a month from now.
Yeah.
Like that would be what 6 weeks in.
That's what I'm saying.
So
like,
it
if
just depends. When
I
people
think-
start,
yeah.
and this next week though, like some people aren't going to be able to pay rent. I know what the law is saying, all that. But if
Yeah.
you're renting from someone and they say no, I mean, it might get weird.
Well, Corey's saying he said he didn't buy his armor. He said he put that on the back burner. Yeah, armor is Corey. If you
Heavy.
if you don't like fall scam. I don't want to say fall scam or fall victim. You find some really good prices on plates when they come in pre-built configurations. I've been noticing. So like guys like AR 500,
They're
Safe Life.
specials, basically. You know,
Yeah,
sales.
you can get a shitty plate carrier with plates in it for like $50 more than you could just get the plates, and it's like $150 plate carrier. So it's like just get one of those and then buy the money on an empty plate carrier, or spend the money on an empty plate carrier that you want, and just
Right.
put the plates in that, and then you have an extra rig.
even at a later date if
Yeah.
need be, if budget is
So
issue.
so get something so that it covers your vitals, right? Then spend the money on the carrier that you want, swap your plates over, and then that extra rig that has no plates, either buy more plates for it, some cheap plates or whatever, or make it a handgun rig or something. Put your pistol mags on it or some shit.
On his thing, there's only one thing to super remember when you get your armor. Make sure the top of your plate comes up to your what is it, collarbone.
Collarbone.
Make sure when you have it all set up, it's not a gut writing thing. A lot of guys will set it up
I'll
and
get
don't
mine.
know.
I'll get
But you-
mine because mine actually does not sit correctly, so
Right.
we can actually show them
Right.
like proper fitment.
Right, yeah,
Okay,
do
so I'll
that.
get
So you guys definitely want to make sure when you do get your armor, you want to make sure you get all the straps all tight and you make sure it rides right up, even with your collarbone. Mine fits right below it,
Oh,
just
damn.
to protect your vitals.
AR 500 was 12 weeks out.
Yeah, and okay, so that's another thing. So he just checked AR 500. He said 12 weeks out. So yeah, finding the order or the place to get it is going to be really hard. There's a lot. I've noticed that too. There's a lot of back order stuff.
Well, like you were
I
telling
mean,
me,
if you're
yeah.
hold on a second. If you're in place, like if you're sheltering in place and stuff, you don't really need it. But like you always can use armor. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is if you had to go out and move around, that's when you really want it. And it's heavy. So y'all start working out.
Right?
See, so
What I'm trying to say is y'all niggas fat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bring that back from last week.
Almost stubbed my toe on that.
So right here, did you?
Here, let me scooch.
So this is mine, right? This is the top of the plate carrier here. Now, if you fold this,
Yeah.
that's where my armor starts, is there. This is an ill-fitting garment.
Right.
All right, so when I put this on, I'm losing this vital coverage area. Fuck.
Ah.
Fucking Cortana.
All right, go back to
We're back.
So that's what, so what I'm saying is this is an ill-fitting garment. I use this now because it's what I have.
Yep.
When I get a new plate carrier, I'm going to drop these plates into it, and I'm going to adjust it so it sits up where it's supposed to. The problem I'm having is that the cavity goes from here to here where the plates go, right? Well, the plate, because it's heavy as shit, it weighs like 10 pounds, it just slides all the way to the bottom. So you can try to put something on the bottom there to push the plate up, but I don't know how reliable that's ever going to be.
Right.
It's better to have a proper plate size to fit the plate cavity inside the plate carrier to get it to fit properly.
This is a Condor, I'm assuming.
It is a Condor.
Yeah, so there's one that I set up this week that was just like that.
This is the
Same
same PC that Andy has.
Oh, okay.
The same size and everything.
Okay.
Because
He has bigger. He has the mill ones, the military ones.
well, this one
They're bigger.
Well, let me
blades.
take the plate out.
and it's like 3 times heavier.
Well, the one I have in the front is it's a thin plate. It's a 1/4 inch steel,
Oh, okay.
but it's still a little thick. So there. But it's only a 1/4 inch thick. That's 1/4 inch.
Yeah, about
But it's level 3. It's not a level 3 plus, but level 3 does 44 Magnum.
Mhm.
So it'll stop us.
Hey,
7.62.
whatever, bro. It's still better
You know,
than
and
nothing.
they're old. It's starting to get rusty.
Yeah,
and
it's starting
shit, but
It's seen the end of its days, kind of
Yeah.
getting there.
But then the back one is a AR500, a square plate, and that one has a striation on it, the Linux.
Now, also, if you guys, so that brought up another thing. If you guys are going to order them individually, if you did find a site, you can order them individually, and you're able to get a flat plate for your back, and you get the curved one for your front.
Yeah.
So that's another good little thing if you are going to order them.
Yeah. So I mean, just so you guys can kind of
And the
see,
flat plate on the back because you're wearing a backpack, sitting in a vehicle,
see how
whatever.
it is sort of curved.
Yeah, it has that.
And
little-
then they call these shooter's cuts because if you have a square plate here, you can't bring your shoulders in close enough to use a weapon. So you want to be able to have those cutouts so you can roll those shoulders in so you can use a rifle.
Yeah, that's an old boy too, huh? 14.
Yeah. Well, you know what it was? I got this from my last job. Dude sold it to me for $50.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm buying it. $50. I gotta
Right.
take it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
Forget about
You can dick it down, whatever.
Go
This is a fucking whore.
That brings up. Did you see my meme about the Italian people how they have to talk now?
No.
No, but I saw some other Italian memes.
So there's a meme.
How'd they come to mind?
It has like hands like this is how Italian people talk in 2019. 2020 has a Ouija board.
Oh, yeah, I did see that one. I did see that
God damn it.
I noticed it because I'm watching you and your hands are like.
I can't help it, man.
I do it too. Johnny is.
one. They meant like in Italy, though.
I make this joke all the time, but you guys remember that time I fucking sprained my wrist and everyone said I had a speech impediment?
Oh, that's a good
That
one.
was good. That was good.
Stupid. I know.
Why is that fucked up?
What's the
Bianca?
deal with Italian people? Yeah.
So
Oh, Jerry Seinfeld
she
was
thinks
on it.
that
They're both
meme is
Italian.
fucked up. Bianca thinks that meme is fucked up.
Eh.
You
No,
should
no,
see
no.
the-
Hold on. Let her come back. She's gonna tell you what she thinks is fucked up. Just let her come
Yeah.
back.
So go fuck yourself, Bo.
She's Italian too. Come on.
Because I'm like, do you think that meme's fucked up? You should see the other shit I post on my page.
We do.
This is mild.
We do.
She's
Usually
joking.
when he posts, we're just like this.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fuck yes.
Mm-hmm.
Frag out.
Send it. All right.
Oh,
That was funny.
That
No,
was amazing.
Well, it was
I'll
funny
give
to
you
me.
that one.
It was funny,
It was funny to me.
I'll give you that one, Bianca.
Hey,
Touche.
so we asked last
You're a
week,
good
what are you
sport.
guys doing what are you guys doing to like pass the time? Because obviously we're playing with plate carriers and shit.
Johnny's been playing with dolls or
Yeah.
action figures.
Well, that's on my page. my personal opinion.
Honestly, I'm fucking digging the
Apocalypse.
panoramas and shit that you do.
Yeah.
No, like
with
the
figures.
Yeah, because I've seen like
I play with dollies.
there's the photographers that buy like the ones that are the extra articulate ones. They have like the joint, like so you can pose them like crazy. And what he does is he sets them up and then he stands like in the background. It makes it look like they're standing like next to him.
Oh,
So he does like these cool like photography things with it.
nice.
And I'm like, oh, so you know, like it's them. They're all standing around. They got like their arm around whatever, but he'll stand in the background.
It looks like he's right there.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it's really cool.
You know what we
I
still
like
need to do? We still need to do Apocalypse next to the Sphinx.
Yeah.
We have a Sphinx.
I don't think they know what you're talking about. So.
Apocalypse is one of his action figures. from-
Wah wah, but try to make.
If they don't know what X-Men is,
inside jokes are hard, or inside
well, I
stories are
actually was
hard.
explaining that we have a Sphinx.
That doesn't make sense to them.
Whatever, dude.
Oh, is this an accurate representation of how we're actually transmitting, or is that like the TV?
That is like way
TV.
old.
Yeah, we're on a TV.
That was like 5 minutes ago when I was doing that hand thing. On
That's when you got the Vessi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of lag over
Oh,
there.
that's way old. Is that what everyone's seeing that?
Yeah.
I guess.
Holy shit.
This is,
Just the TVs maybe.
Oh, yeah.
lag.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's just
That
that
TV
TV
is
shit.
okay.
My shitty Wi-Fi is shitty, guys.
Shitty wall.
Shitty wall.
I am doing well, Bianca. We've been having fun, me and Johnny, making.
If you go on
Apocalypse
if you
videos.
go on to Instagram and you type in Johnny Doe Freedom First, my page is there. Every single day I have another update of the apocalypse, what we're doing.
Yeah, we have.
Bo's on a lot of them actually. So
Yeah, we've been having fun with that.
Jamie's only on one when we were podcasting last week.
Do the feet kicking video from a couple days ago.
Oh,
I was like, what the
yeah.
fuck is this?
Breaking quarantine, and then we're like
Yeah.
kicking each other's feet.
Yeah, we've had pasta day.
Pasta.
Yeah, then we had cat burger day.
BB gun fun.
BB gun. Yes, we did.
We got a lot of cool stuff.
Oh.
We
Yeah.
got-
Anyways,
Yeah.
Johnny Doe, Freedom First on your IG.
So I had a little bit of BB gun fun. I got a little story for you guys. A little BB gun fun I had the other day. So I typically don't fuck with birds with my airsoft guns or whatever.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
Now, here's the thing. These little fuckers, they're assholes called scrub jay.
They're
Scrub
rats
jays.
with wings.
They're
Yeah.
little bluebirds, right? They're not bluebirds, like they don't have the fucking mohawk,
Yeah,
but
those
these
guys
little
are assholes.
bluebirds in a white stomach. The thing is, they're fucking scavengers, and I hate them all. They make a stupid noise, they're assholes, and they eat other birds' eggs. I don't fucking like them at all, all right? Now, the thing is,
And they're racist.
from what I've heard, they're
I'm
racist.
just-
Yeah.
So I've seen, there's one that lives around here somewhere, and I've seen him in the backyard a couple times. I'll go in there, I get my Glock out, because I just loaded up
Jesus Christ.
with 6 mils, all right, BBs.
Talking
okay?
to BB.
Chill.
Yeah, he's not talking
And I
real.
fucking rack it up, and I fucking sit out here and wait for him to come by. And I'm not trying.
We got a bluebird.
I'm not trying to kill him. I was just gonna shoot at it so it goes away, right?
Yeah.
Now the thing is, he fucked up the other day.
Oh, he done fucked up.
So, okay, that tree right there,
Yep.
that branch that goes over to
Mhm.
the wire.
Yep.
In that big tuft, there was some doves.
Mhm.
Now the doves,
We're outside. by
I
the way.
have a special place in my heart for. Okay.
When doves cry.
Now the dove would fly into there. You hear a bunch of flapping noises, and then it would come back out. And then another dove came back out, and I was like, "Oh shit! They must be quarreling. Something's happening." And then one of the doves lands on the branch, and I see that fucking scrub jay. He runs down out of the cluster, and then the dove flies away, and then he fucking runs back up. So I know he's in the dove nest up there, and he's fucking shit up. So I go inside. I grab my VSR 10. Because that shit puts out like 600 feet per second with a 6 mil, and I fucking come out here. I'm like, he done fucked up. He has to die.
Very
now.
altruistic of
He
you.
has to die now. It is. It is.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
fucking
For the
with my
He's a
dove.
safety of
defender
all
of the
doves
week.
everywhere, he
He's
has
being a
fucked all my
defender
doves.
of the week.
So I put a couple rounds over into that fucking cluster over there while this little dove sits out on the wire there. So I'm not hitting him. I'm just pumping rounds in there. And then after a while, I don't hear anything. And so a little while later, he flies in there. And then he flies back out and lands back on the wire. And then he's sitting there. And I'm making the story up in my head. He just like slowly inches away, like down this way from the nest. And I'm like, they killed his whole family. They killed his whole fucking family. And now he's just depressed up there. And I'm making the story up in my head. I'm like, I tried to save you, you poor son of a bitch. Like, I wasn't there in time. And who knows what actually happened?
And that's
But I
when-
mean,
and that's
It
when
keeps
Jay-
them up at night.
I'm like, I tried. I tried.
And that's when the song "When Doves Cry" started.
You've
playing.
made this whole story up that you don't even know. Oh, that's funny.
Corey, no, it's semi-auto only. I did buy a couple of the full auto ones for my brother and my brother-in-law a couple of Christmases ago. They got the Glock 18C. I got those for them. Mine's a 17. I'll get it real quick.
We're talking airsoft for
It's
the feds,
airsoft.
for the feds that are listening.
Yeah, for the fucking alphabet boys that are listening. The spaghetti boys.
So what have you been doing, Bo?
Chilling with you.
How's work going?
It's boring as fuck.
Without getting into details, how's it out on the roads?
Oh, there's no traffic, and that's awesome.
It's essential on the roads.
I'm essential. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
essential
one of the
workers,
essentials.
You know, I get to watch nobody go through a gate all day.
There you go.
Watch the grass grow.
Yep.
Netflix, play video games on my phone. Fucking hard work.
While playing with himself too.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Jamie, I have a song I want to play.
Oh yeah, we showed this one. This is
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've seen those.
Song for you, Jamie.
So you guys can see
We're
it.
like
obviously.
podcasting here, bro.
Well,
Yeah, so this is what is this?
when doves cry, bro.
Okay. Great. All right, thank you. So this is
Can't bring him anywhere.
No, you
I
can't.
will throw his phone.
This is a Gen 4 replica of a Glock 17. It was a WE brand. I think before actually they got blocked by the
Bunch
patent
of
offices because you can't
fucking
find
amateurs.
these. You can't find these anyway or anywhere now. But you can find actual licensed ones that have the Glock logos on them and all that sort of stuff.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Should fit.
No, no, it will. It's on that plastic gun. It's gonna fit on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I did is it was tan, black, and black, but I found a gold inner barrel for it from a project that we had at the paintball shop I worked at, and I took it. I just think it looks awesome with the slide ejection port being
It
almost
looks
same
very
color.
Baghdadian.
Yeah.
Baghdadian.
And then I found this light,
They're
which
wearing-
you'll notice. I mean, doesn't even
It's
have
a
a
faux.
light
It's
in
a
it.
faux, right?
Yeah.
Like it's fake.
It doesn't even have a light in
But
it.
it looks cool.
But it looks cool, and this gold like matches the gold on the slide ejection like perfectly. So I'm like, oh, it was
Ish.
like, meant for it, right? And then I have the largest of the three
Says
back straps
colorblind guy.
on it because I have a larger hand, so I got to put
The
the
backstrap thing on.
strap on there. Yeah,
The strap on.
you're supposed to put a pin through it, but fuck it,
Eh,
I didn't.
eh.
So is
Yeah.
it similar in weight or is it
Yeah, no, it's very similar. It's a Glock 17, trademarks and all that shit.
stuff you?
So that's it.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
this
that
is where
actually-
most of the weight comes.
Okay.
Right, so just don't rack it because that is a full mag.
Yeah, it's
So that's-
Actually, that is
close,
very
right?
no, that is very similar.
Yeah.
It's not even racked, and I got my finger.
I know, I'm still just
Come on, like
You don't flag people, Bo.
flagging people with the BBs. Airsoft. I don't know.
Yeah.
you weren't even flagging. I'm just
Amateur
saying,
hour.
it's just-
No.
Here you go, sir.
It's just getting.
BB this close still gonna fucking hurt.
Yeah, I have scars. I'll show you.
I
You don't fucking.
have scars as well.
They
They're
have
not
scars.
fun.
But yeah, the cool thing is the reason why so I played games with these, right? But the reason why these are also cool is if you guys aren't being able to get out to the range right now, what about a little dry fire practice in your home? You know, these things will hold like 27 rounds, but if you only load it up with 10, you're getting practice just as if you had 10 rounds in your
Or
firearm.
whatever's
right?
legal in your state.
Yeah,
Right?
or
Or we could
Or-
try freedom.
Yeah.
or free man don't ask for permission.
So
or
this
whatever.
the light that I put on there. Let's see if we can get that in there. The
That's
stream light.
Yep. Streamline.
So yeah.
That's a TLR one. That's actually the one that I want
Yep.
for mine. That's a perfect fucking. And I honestly love when the light protrudes past the barrel a little bit like that. I think it looks fucking. That's LAPD status. It's so sick.
There you go. That's what I run on my gun. And since we're on this subject, so we got this is like a blue gun. It's a Black Hawk, and it's the same like, exact size. So, and then the real one, obviously. So it's basically for training, and you can use this. And I use this one. Well, I only brought this holster, but you can wear that in there just like normal, and
You
it
know
fits
what?
in there just like it will.
It
Try
won't.
it.
It won't.
Is it
No.
different size?
This is
Try it.
actually a replica of a Glock 21,
Oh,
even though it says 17.
we'll see. Yeah, it's wider. It's wider.
So this is
exactly what
this
it
is
says.
yeah. This is so the air. This is an airsoft problem only for this specific manufacturer. This is their Glock 17 replica, but in a real steel application, you have to buy Glock 21 furniture or housing to be able to accommodate this. So that's the only issue that I have with it is that you'll have a bunch of Glock 21 accessories for your airsoft Glock 17, and then you're going to have real steel Glock 17 for your real steel Glock 17. So you're going to have two.
China's weird.
Yeah, China is weird. But
Yeah,
if you're willing to make those slight accommodations to be able to practice something like this.
And when you look up the holster for it, you type in Rona holster.
The Rona. It's
Rona?
the Rona.
I'll pop right up.
The Cronus.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I will practice just drawing techniques and like when you're practicing doing all that with this guy. And then I have another holster that actually is molded for the 17 with the light, and that will fit on your training gun as well. And so last night I was bored and I was practicing drawing and I was practicing light discipline. And yeah, a little technique that you can, a little fun technique is practice looking at a straight line, like wherever you're looking. If you're going, let's use a hallway as an example. You look down at where you're kind of looking, where the people could pop out. And when you're doing it, practice not looking at the light. Practice looking at where you're looking. It's hard because you always want to look when you shine a flashlight where you're shining it. So practice shining down at the board, the baseboard, as you're going, as you're advancing. And you'll notice that instead of looking at the light, you maintain night vision a lot better.
Well, because you're
That's
not.
a
So
good
it's a
idea.
cool little technique.
Okay.
Practice that. That's what I was practicing.
So how
last
much
night.
of those
That's pretty
training
cool.
pistols?
So training pistols, well, I got this a while ago, and they're usually blue guns. So usually when you hear someone refer to them as blue guns, but this is a Blackhawk, the brand Blackhawk. Usually they run, I think, like under $30.
Okay.
So, but they're pretty much the same freaking thing. You can put the lanyard on there. It's just you don't have a trigger function or nothing like that. I have a holster where there's actually a dowel that would go into the barrel. So I can't use the normal holster I train with. So I have two different Kydex to train with. One without the light, that's this one, and the one that I have for the lights, I don't have it here.
It's similar in weight too, correct?
Yeah, they're pretty close. They're not. I mean, the gun is going to be more,
Yeah.
and then they run the what are they? The
That's a
CR.
123. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
123s, and the batteries look like about that.
Yeah.
And I hate fucking Everlast the most, but this is what I had on me.
The company that I work for.
These
has
are cool battery cases.
The company that I work for has house brand of those batteries, and I can get them for fucking.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know if they're good. You know what I mean? You have to change them more often,
Right.
like Harbor Freight batteries or
Right.
something. But I can get a fuck ton of them.
Right. So they sell these in different colors. They're like green. I've seen them in like a black and a clear. They probably have them in other colors. A bunch of colors, probably, right? So what's cool about these is they will break in half. So if you only wanted to have a few on you, you can do that.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah,
dude.
so I run these in my gear, and so on this side you could fit your 123s or your double A's. They'll all fit in there, perfect. On the other side, I put for my headlamps the triple A's, and you can see how they're a little looser fit, but that's what you can do with it.
Oh, cool.
And you can
Also,
mix them up too. Like you could put
Is it all
two-
one bay in there?
Yeah. See how
Oh, it is. Okay. That's
so
fucking
it
slick.
custom fits the 1, 2, 3 because they're the biggest ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are cool. And so like some rigs I have like in the they have the bib part, the kangaroo pouch part. So you can like just throw that in there. But or you could, I mean, depending on how much batteries you need.
Dude, if we had a tactical shop, that's the kind
This is
of
a
shit
great
that I would like fucking.
These are usually around $10, and sometimes you can order them. Well, actually not sometimes. I remember seeing them. I mean, I got these a long time ago. I have like 2 or 3 of them. But you can get them for like, I think they're like $10 or cheaper sometimes. Sometimes they're
Okay.
cheaper.
That's
Well,
slick.
another,
See,
like-
that's another one of those. I would carry that.
Another
on a
one,
fucking
yeah,
tactical
and it's
shop.
so small. I mean, look at that. It's barely bigger than the width of a battery.
Yeah.
And like I said, you could half it. So these are cool gear.
when it fits in a fucking mag pouch.
Little gear sharing today.
Well, like
I'm into it.
I got when I bought my flashlight when I was working security at the bar with you. I think the brand's called Tenergy or something like that. And I was able to get
Tenergy.
6 batteries and the charger for like $50 or $60.
So that's what happens when you promote like getting along with everyone at your workplace, Tenergy.
Yeah.
Promote synergy.
No, but the cool thing about the charger though, it also
Like a boss.
Mhm.
so the charger it came with an an adapter for a car charger or the wall plug. So you can just, if you needed to in your car when you're out and about,
Right.
you can charge them in your car.
And then the last
That's
piece of
legit.
gear, real quick, since we're talking batteries and flashlight stuff. So this is the Streamlight. This is the one I carry every day. I use it at work, and it's a Polytac. And then you have a high, you have a strobe, and you have a
SOS.
low.
Oh, look.
And then they come in Coyote Tan as well. So you also can get you can actually take the clip off. So see, I have the pocket clip. These ones I have the pocket clip on, the rest of them I don't. I probably own like 10 of them. So what I've done is you take the flashlight and you just take the head off and you pull the what's it called, the clip off, and you basically can mount it on top of that. Distracted me, that like weird pollen thing going on.
Dude, that tree fucking just sneezes.
Wind blew and like pollen filled up the backyard, so it kind of distracted me. But anyways, you can take these off and then you can get your gun mount to put on your rail of your rifle. And then I run all my rifle shotgun lights. They all are the same one, so they have the same feel, the same control as the one I carry in my pocket.
And you could use a scope ring to mount that if you wanted to.
You could if you couldn't find the right one, right? Yeah, you could do that.
Well, I don't even know.
I have a bunch of different flashlight mounts.
You have
I have
actual
like at least
flashlight
3
mounts?
different ones, and they
Okay.
fit them all. Yeah.
Because like I would just use a fucking scope.
And
I
when
don't
you're
have flashlight
also when you're mounting
I got
them on your
scope rings.
mount, make sure that you just keep where the rear cap. I'll pull it off slightly here. Where the rear cap would be right here. Make sure your mount ends there so you can change batteries, because I made the mistake when I first put them on where the mount was actually like over it and I couldn't change battery.
Yeah.
So,
take the whole fucking thing off. Take
little
it apart.
retard tip.
There you
Well,
go.
since we're on the gear thing, let's me and Johnny, I brought up in the car on the way over here, glasses.
Hold on.
Oops.
Poor Corey says, my wife says I only need one flashlight.
Yeah. You need a flashlight and you need a headlamp.
Come on, Jen. What are you doing?
My wife says. I love that. I love it. I remember those days. Got to check in with the boss. Now I just check in with Bo.
Yep.
And then I tell him to go fuck himself.
Well, I don't say no. So
True story.
you know.
That's true. Yeah, so anyways, there's some gear, a little fun gear talk real quick.
You want to touch on
Lost all viewers.
Yeah, that's all. Like,
Oh shit! Oh, now the real story comes out about the flashlights.
Uh-oh.
It's because you had a box full.
he had a box.
Oh, he had a box.
I like how from the same account it says he had a box full.
You
Yep.
get that shared account, Corey?
It's because I said it. I was like, "Come on, Jen, what's up?" And then she's like, "Oh hell no."
He was hoarding.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times what happens too is you buy a bunch of flashlights, especially when you don't know much about them, and you just keep buying them, or you're just liking them, and then you end up looking at them like 5-10 years later, and you're like,
what the fuck
these
is
are all
this?
shit.
What are
There's
they
only
doing?
like 2 or 3 that are good.
I have so many Harbor Freight flashlights. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why do I have these? Like, they're not even good in a pinch. They're
Right.
not even
Right.
good in a pinch. Like, it's
Your
like,
cell phone's better than that.
yeah, you might as
Jamie's
well.
like, better.
Got it.
He's out there with the gas lamp, you know.
Sure. It's probably better than most of those,
That's
actually.
probably true.
Fucking hey.
But yeah,
Ugh.
All right, so what else we got?
iPro.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the Oaks.
Yeah, Oakleys
Those
are
are
very
mine.
nice because a lot of them are dual functional.
These are the Craftsman.
Well, Oakleys are ballistic rated.
Mm-hmm.
You
These
can wear
are
those
the-
shooting. So, hey, check this out, though. I will say this. My good buddies over at Hoven, all right, they're not sponsoring me or anything, but I've been wearing Hoven sunglasses for a very long time and noticed something that I noticed on their most recent batch of lenses. Was ANSI compliant.
There you go.
So these are now also ballistic rated. So
Oh,
I can wear these
Sweet.
shooting.
Exactly.
Pew, pew.
Or just wear whatever.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, it's cool. These are my polarized lenses that I Valerie bought these for me for my birthday a couple of years ago. And I've owned like 7 of these frames, but I always buy these frames. They got a big fucking nose and they look good on my face, right? But now that they're ballistic rated, like, holy shit, that's even fucking cooler.
That is.
It was just one of those extra things when I pulled them out of the bag and I saw that and I was like, no shit, they finally stepped up their game. I emailed these guys a while back and I asked them, hey, do you guys have like a tactical division that you are looking to get noticed? or looking to get out there, I was like, I would love to be a brand ambassador for you guys. As I wear your sunglasses, I am a ambassador for your brand already. Let's kick this into high gear. And they never got back to me.
Yeah.
Assholes.
I'm just thinking it would be fucking sick if they started a tactical brand because
You just get the black on black ones, right? Where there's not
black on
any
black. Dude,
yeah.
Black on black. This emblem's starting to crack there.
Yep.
Yeah, but like
I mean, that's what these ones were. I mean, they're the black on black ones. But I had probably like I don't know,
this
8
arm they
pairs,
replaced. Yeah.
different ones.
Yeah, these are gas cans.
Yeah, those two.
Because I lost this. Yeah, they were pretty cool. So every one of
What
these,
sunglasses do you guys rock?
every one of these has the model inscribed on that little metal piece inside there on the band. And what happened was no, it wasn't this that I lost. What happened was I lost this emblem. This emblem fell out.
Oh, what?
And so I asked them, like, can you guys just send me another one of those so I can glue it in there? And they sent me this whole arm
That's cool.
Nice.
with the hardware and everything.
That's just what they had.
Yeah. I was
The
like,
tree
okay,
is doing it again.
God damn it.
that is gnarly.
Yeah,
dude.
bro.
At least it's going the
It's like
opposite way
pollen
now.
and shit.
The tree, like, it's
What's that movie with Mark Wahlberg where the trees were like killing everyone?
Oh yeah, the
Not-
happening
not
or
The
some
Quiet
shit. Was
Place.
it the happening?
Maybe I
something
don't
like
know.
that.
Something
yeah.
like that.
Might be that. I feel like that's what just
The
happened.
plants are
The
attacking.
Ronas ain't
humanity.
gonna get us.
It's the fucking plants, bro.
It's the
They
fucking plants.
they fucking hate us.
It's like the whole backyard just filled up with pollen.
Yeah, the tree, like I said, it sneezes. It whatever. There's been times where it's not even windy and it just dumps just onto the ground. And the wind just fucking. I'm like,
I feel like
really?
you need to get like video of that at some point with your phone and put
See,
it on
we get-
our page so they can know what we're talking.
We got a lot of people that love the Oakleys.
It's pretty gnarly.
You know?
Oaks, yeah, right on.
Corey and TJ, yeah, both rocking the
Yeah,
Oakleys.
Corey, or TJ Oakley's for fucking day. He worked for Oakley actually.
That's
for a little
fucking
while.
cool.
Nice.
And yeah, so he's a brand ambassador for them for sure. But he hasn't worked for Oakley in a very long time. But he still is ambassador for the
I
brand.
mean, the
so it's
reason
cool.
I got Oakleys
product.
is also because of Johnny saying they're good for shooting and other things, but also that I was spending way too much money buying cheap gas station sunglasses every other week
Been there, done that.
because they would break.
Dude, that's
Where-
see, the
If you
thing-
add up all the cheap
Yeah.
$10, well, we're
20
talking
bucks,
90s,
20 bucks,
early
20
2000s.
bucks,
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
bucks, 20 bucks.
That's what I'm
Fuck,
saying.
man.
Yeah,
You could have one pair that whole
Yeah.
time.
I've had these.
I haven't
for
had
over a
one
year
break
now,
yet.
and nothing. You know,
I get too many people that are like, you know why I don't buy expensive sunglasses? Because I lose them or I sit on them. Bullshit. You're fucking clumsy. I buy expensive sunglasses. I know exactly where the fuck they are,
Right?
and I'm not gonna fucking sit on them. Like you spend the money on the product, you will care more
oh
about
yeah,
it.
exactly. That's
I
true.
might sit on something else, but
Yeah.
I'm not sitting on my Oakley.
Not sitting on
No,
my fucking.
no.
Where are your like before you sit down? You're like, where am I? All right,
Monkeys.
got him. All right, we're good.
Like
Cool.
I went to AJ's in Morgan Hill and I left them there and I was on my way home and I'm like, what the fuck? No, hell no. Fucking ran right back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like,
Flopping your little lowrider over the fucking island. It's okay, officer. I forgot my Oakleys. Oh, you're good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but you are right, Jamie.
It's kinda
If you
like
pay
when
a little
they're
bit
out
more
of,
for something, you're gonna
Baja
take
Blast
more
and
care
Taco
of
You
it.
Bell.
care about it more.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I'm
So it's
like,
And it's all good.
I get it. You keep
Yeah.
losing them because you don't care about them. Like
Yeah.
if you cared about them, you wouldn't fucking lose
Yeah.
them. It's like Jesus. And the thing is, I'm kind of a sunglasses snob. I only have this one pair right now, and normally I'm the kind of guy that has several pairs. I usually did.
Redundancy.
It is what it is. You got to have a
I
pair.
think
for
I have
this,
like
pair for
7
that.
or 8 pairs of Oakleys.
I have a lot of pairs of shooting glasses, but they're not polarized, and that's why I wear these
Yeah.
every day. Is because you got to have polarized lenses, in my opinion. Once you go polarized, you can't go back.
I don't have any. I don't have any shooting
No,
glasses
these are
at
just
this
the
point.
ones
I
I
think I
have.
have like
Let me see.
2 in like a box or something.
Not sure.
I just
I don't
use
think so.
sunglasses.
No, they're not polarized.
No, these are just the base that kind
Or
of.
if it's in
polarized?
I don't know. These ones I don't know.
No.
These are the cheaper ones.
No.
These are only $80.
Oh yeah, these
Only.
are like 1.
Yeah, these ones I don't actually wear when I go shooting. I have like the mil spec ones.
So just FYI, brand new pair of these polarized, $75. And you can. So the one thing you can
That's
do
pretty
is, do you have your sunglasses out here?
No.
Okay, I was gonna try and show the polarization, but you can't really without another pair.
Do it with your phone screen. Put your
I
phone
don't-
screen behind
no.
your lens.
Oh, yeah, I
and
guess
It's
turn
not
it.
in mine in my backpack, but I don't have my other pair.
It'll go black.
It kind of does it there. Yeah, the phone screen will for sure though. You have a Samsung, right?
I do.
Let me use yours. I know for sure it works on a Samsung. So Samsungs are. Yeah, see how
Oh, you can't see. Yeah, if we turn, I see.
see how like it goes completely
Yeah.
black.
Ah, my phone.
It's because the Samsung screens are polarized. Yeah. So
Well, explain to them that they know. What
so
I'm talking about.
polarization, what it does is nerd moment.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So the way polarization works is within the lens, they have polarization strips. Okay. Now they go vertically or they go horizontally, and that's dependent on the manufacturer. But what happens is when light reflects off a surface, it becomes depolarized. So light comes in as a bunch of flat planes, and when it bounces off of a surface, it reflects out as a bunch of flat planes, but in every different angle. So if you imagine light goes in a straight line like this, but it also goes in a straight line like this, and it also goes like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and every variation in between, all right? So it makes a star of these flat planes of light. Now, if you make these jail bars of polarization, anything that doesn't fit in between those two lines gets stopped. So a flat plane coming in this way between two bars of polarization gets stopped. But anything that actually does get through has to align with the two things, right? So all of the things that are like offset by a certain number of degrees get stopped by these polarization jail bars in the lens. And so you only get left with the ones that are vertical that align with the bar. So you receive a lot less light coming into your eyes through the lens. And that's why you'll notice, like I've noticed too, when I'm driving in my car, the car that I have now has a HUD.
Oh yeah.
So I can't
What's
see
a HUD? I don't know.
a heads-up display.
Oh,
So
I don't know the nerd talk.
Right above the dashboard on the windshield, it has my speed and my radio stations
Right.
and shit like that. When I'm wearing these, I can't see it.
Ah,
So
That sucks.
what I'm doing is like, I mean, I look down at, I mean, I can see my dash cluster, which has all the same information.
but it's
on it.
apocalypse. You don't need to know what the speed is.
But it's cool, right?
now.
But the thing is, like, while I'm
Just now.
driving, if I want to know how fast I'm going, I just got to go like this. I just go, all right, got it.
Mm.
I can see it for a second.
Yeah.
All right,
You have a
cool.
little Tourette's
Yeah, got
moment,
it.
and then you're all good. Yeah.
But it is what it is. Like that's how it goes.
And everybody, please welcome Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was nice.
I was like, damn.
Well, I mean,
like
you guys
really
are
in
playing
depth
with it,
this
like
shit,
people don't know.
I used to sell spy sunglasses. at Wolf Fair.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you have to-
I had to spy ones too, with the
Okay.
mirrors in the back, and I'd be like checking out these like hot dudes behind me. Like, I mean, girls,
or whatever you're into. It doesn't matter.
You know.
trannies, whatever.
Yeah. We'll get you the the little like rear mirror the bicyclists have.
The one that sticks right here, it's all little,
It's like,
little dentist mirror.
Johnny, why do you have that flashlight on the back? Mirror on the back of your flashlight when you're working.
Don't
Like,
worry
oh, none of
about
your
it.
fucking
Don't
business.
fucking
bro.
worry about
Don't
it. is
sneak
why.
up on me.
Fucking
I'll be right back. You want a beer?
I'm good right now. Thank you. So what exactly were you thinking on the lanyard thing now to mark these things? Do you know, or that's all Jamie?
It was color.
Oh, okay.
coded.
Okay, I'm not trying to. Yeah.
You did orange ones for his med kit.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
So just kind of like hanging off the bottom of the lanyard is what you guys are thinking?
I think he wants to eventually tie it to that metal piece the lanyard goes
So like to replace it, kind of, or
Yeah.
what? Jamie, so what are you thinking on this? Just while we're here right now.
So you know how you put it on my medic bag?
Might want to just take the antenna off. There you go.
What you did on my zipper pulls on the other ones?
So you want them on the end?
Yeah. Like you just put like a little thing like that big.
Oh, you want to use the? Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I
Like just
totally
keep this
got
on
you.
here,
Yeah.
but like just put a little tab on the end of it, the colored tab,
Okay.
so it just hangs off of
I have
the.
to think about how we do.
Do you want me to bring my medic bag out here so you can? See
No.
how you did
I
on
know how to
that?
do that. What I'm thinking is you probably need to tie a knot.
I don't know how you did it.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
you always have a
on-
knot. You knot the bottom.
Because
So-
on I know for sure the ones that I had, they did have paracord knots on them, and then you wrapped over them. But I don't know how you
The
did
other way I could do it is you could slide it through this hole,
Mhm.
paracord, and then you can make it off that.
Just
But if
replace
you want to
that.
do this, I'm just thinking this is pretty weak. Like I could just jerk it if I wanted to.
I know, bro, but I've had this for fucking how long have you bought this ago for me? And it still
it
is
was a while
like,
ago.
yeah, you know what I mean? They're more resilient than I think you think they are.
Hashtag you're welcome.
I am very grateful.
That was funny. I even forgot I did that. I bought a bundle of radios and I gave it out to a lot of the guys in my crew.
So yeah, Corey, we have planned for Jamie if we're ever in a tactical situation, since he's good with the hand signals. He's going to be that guy.
Which one?
The guy that gives the hand signals.
No, he's going to be the guy that lands the aircraft for
No,
grenades.
okay, yeah.
On top of the bunker. He's
He's the
bringing the
aircraft
helos.
controller guy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your hand signals
Talk with your
skills.
hands.
The
What are you guys
Italian,
making fun of me?
you really the Italian-
What is it?
Corey brought it up, okay?
I can't help it. Do you remember the speech impediment joke? Come on, that was perfect.
That was awesome. That was amazing. So what I'm saying is something like that, and then I would tie it on there.
Perfect.
But you're gonna lose, obviously, the function.
care.
Yeah. Now the other way, you would,
Time
what
out,
I
bro.
would do to put it through here.
Here we go.
Nice in the timeout, isn't it?
Don't worry about that. Watch this.
Yeah.
What I could do is you take paracord and you gut it, so you pull out the inner
Mhm.
and you slide it through.
Oh,
So it's way stronger
thinner.
still, and then you would tie it on there. That's how I would recommend to do it, but I can do it off this. It's not a problem.
Just
If you like it, I'm gonna do whatever you want. Don't worry.
Because it's just for identification.
Mhm.
Like I'm not, what am I gonna get use out of a 6-inch lead of paracord?
Woodchuck the gray squirrel, come on in.
Hey, come on. I had a
This
good
is brown eye. Call on trouser snake.
So I got my dad down the street. He goes by Beer Runner,
There you go.
and then and they call me Crap.
Now everyone's
right?
gonna be driving around our local area and be like, "Beer runner, come on back."
Well, the funny shit is I was on there with Bianca and talking to her about we had this fucking debacle yesterday where some kids were on Channel 3 and we were like all fucking dealing with them and shit. And it was funny as fuck. But anyway,
Everyone's bored.
I'm
Family
talking,
radio.
they were like out there flying a kite or something.
Mhm.
They kept talking about a kite. Anyway,
Oh, fun.
so while I'm doing the live stream earlier, Bianca and Phoenix, like the only two people in the chat room, and so I'm talking with Bianca because Phoenix was she's doing work and shit, whatever. And I was like, I'm gonna try to hit up my dad right now, and I fucking flipped it over, and I was like, how about a Beer Runner Channel 3? You got your ears on? Come on! And he's like, all right, that's 10 Roger on that. We come back Channel 3. All right, come back. Like fucking it's all a CV
And
chat.
they're just like, "What the fuck
Yeah.
is going on?"
What are you saying? But it's like I understand
To
it.
bring up the CB shit, dude. When I was a kid, my uncle had like a CB radio in the garage of his house, and we used to try to get truckers on that shit.
That is your radio.
Okay,
yes.
you got off.
Yeah, we tried to get the truckers
I
to
think
like
so.
respond to us. It was fun.
Here,
No,
look at
this one's Val's.
Okay. Yes, you could have it.
How far do you want it off of that? Do you want it here? Let me try that. Do you want it like about that long?
I'll show you exactly what I want. 'cause
Okay,
you
yeah.
did it once already.
And you want it exactly like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it was perfect.
Because there's different lengths, obviously.
Yes. Arts and crafts people.
Mhm.
We have arts and crafts days.
So what else is going on with you guys? Hey, Bo, check the chat while you're there.
I have. And
Anything good?
yeah, he's Corey. I agree. The CB radios used to be fucking awesome when I was a kid.
Mhm.
Where you could actually get on it and not get in trouble.
Mhm.
You know, we try to get truckers to talk to us. 10-4 big buddy. You know?
Yeah, I think it was my
Yeah.
it was my grandpa. He had one in his
Yeah.
vehicle,
Yeah,
and we'd talk sometimes.
yeah, it was fun.
Oh, okay, little buddies.
Yeah, just for color, just a little bit of color to easily identify.
Actually, fun fact: during the '89 earthquake, my
You know what I
uncle
mean?
had the big ass fucking old school radios with the long ass antenna, and we used it to actually communicate with each other during the '89 fucking earthquake. You know, shit was going down, power was out, and
There we
one
go.
thing for you.
That should be about right.
Did you guys hear about the county in Indiana that is ordered to stop selling non-essential items? So
What-
jewelry, furniture,
well,
home and lawn decor.
They were-
toys are
Ordered?
ordered.
I mean that's a non-essential business. Jewelry.
Officials in Howard County
on,
are
hold on.
implementing further restrictions to stop the spread of coronavirus. Passed a new ordinance ordering any stores that are still open to place signs where non-essential items are stating they cannot be purchased.
Okay, so all right. So what Valerie just told us off camera is that where is it?
Howard County in Indiana.
Indiana. Howard County, Indiana is now doing what exactly?
They passed a new ordinance ordering any stores that are still open to place signs where non-essential items are stating they cannot be purchased.
Okay, so
So-
they're
okay.
putting a shopping ban on non-essential items is what they're doing.
Okay.
And the county has been ordered to do this. Here's where I have a problem with it. This is government intervention telling you that you can't do something
like
because they're trying to protect us.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. We don't need you to tell us how to protect ourselves. If you got people out there buying non-essential shit, doing non-essential stuff, that is their freedom to do so until we're in fucking martial law, okay? Yeah, dude, perfect. Just like that. Yeah, exactly.
Well, so fun fact: did you know that we're in a disaster? What was it, the situation or whatever?
Is that what
Johnny-
they're saying?
No, it was already declared like weeks ago.
State of emergency.
It's a so they actually can do that kind of shit. It's not full blown. So
Now-
what people don't realize is martial law is not what we have. Martial law
I
is
understand.
when they suspend habeas corpus. So there's no due process. You
Okay.
can still have the National Guard in the streets. You could still they can still restrict travel. They can confiscate guns without martial law.
Okay.
So that's a
Very important distinction to make, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good
Yeah.
intel. Good intel.
Yeah. Because I actually saw that when they declare a disaster situation, I think it is. Disaster declaration. I'm sorry, that's the correct term. When I saw that, I was like, well, I need to find out what the hell.
Sounds
this
like a
is.
bunch of statism to me.
It is. It's all statism.
But
That's the
you
thing.
still need to be educated on what
What
they
it
can-
is and
what
what it
the fuck-
isn't specifically,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
no, I agree.
so I believe Johnny told me during Katrina, it was a disaster declaration. They were actually confiscating guns. They were going around doing that.
See, even TJ said, he's like, if I'm buying water, why can't I go two aisles down and buy some lawn
No,
chairs?
I agree with that.
You
That's
know?
some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I agree, jewelry stores probably shouldn't be open, but I mean, as you said,
Listen,
it's their right if they want to be
hold
open.
on. Let me.
Do
let
not
me-
agree at all.
Hold on.
You
I'm
think,
going to
okay,
get.
no,
Wait.
as a good citizen, do you think they should be open?
I'm not a citizen.
Stop. Hang on. Listen, I'm gonna talk you through this. Now, whether or not they should be open has nothing to do with our current situation, right? They should be open if they want to be open.
That's what I said. If they
No matter
want to
what.
be open,
What I'm saying is that the government should not be able to tell them they can't be open
No,
because they're
I-
not essential.
no, I know.
Now,
what you're
it should be up to us to make the right decisions as to whether or not we shop at that business. And now that business has to make a decision because we're not getting traffic. Do we stay open or do we shut down?
Yeah.
So they can make their own decision then. When the state
Tell
comes
them
in
to
and says,
flashlight
you
works.
can't do this, that's what I have a problem with. So, like, what I have a problem is I don't give a fuck what business it is. The government should be telling you have to shut down. If you have to shut down, then you're telling me I have to do something, and I have a problem with that. Now, if I owned a business and it was what I personally deemed non-essential, I might not be open because I'm trying not to contribute to the pandemic, the outbreak, all that sort of thing. But I also might be open because fuck you and I can. And if you come in here, what if I just kept my business open and then anyone that walked in, I'm like, get the fuck out of here? Like, wouldn't that be even better? Like deterrent of, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I just did that? I just had a business that was open and you came in and I just shamed you for being there and I told
Maybe
you to
you
go home.
want to get married or have an anniversary during the apocalypse,
Or if
I
you
don't-
moved.
or if you move.
What
Whatever.
if you moved and had to buy all these non-essential items for
Right.
your house, your new household? How
Right.
are you going to go do that?
Right.
You just order from Wayfair and spend way too much fucking
Yeah.
money?
I believe in capitalism. I don't. This is bullshit, my opinion. So
Have you seen that meme going around that's like, if capitalism is so great, why does it have to be bought out by socialism every 10 years?
it's because it's called statism is the answer to that.
It's not socialism.
Okay. So
It's just-
I've had this argument with people about the stimulus check, right?
Go ahead. Go
They're
ahead.
like,
Let her
"Oh,
rip.
like,
Let her rip.
you
Please.
like socialism now, right?" I'm like, that was a fucking socialism when that's money they taken from me anyway. Like you're basically giving me my money back.
It's
that I
weird
paid in
when we have
fucking
statists
taxes.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
How is that
It's like-
sadism?
no.
The
I
point
don't
I'm
think
getting at is they took that money from me in the first place. So how is that socialism if they're just giving it fucking back?
Why do we gotta call it a stimulus check when really it's just a second tax return? That's all it is.
Exactly.
You don't think so?
No.
No.
Yeah.
What's your?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what-
that it's all stolen and it's redistribution of wealth. It is socialism.
Yeah, but it did come from me in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. That's
still
my
neither
point.
here nor there. It's still socialism. It's all part of it. So,
So-
but you could have that same argument with Social Security or anything else. Right?
Well, the only people that are getting the money are the people
just
who
my
already pay taxes. Is what I'm saying.
I,
so then
I
you're just giving
understand what
your
you're
shit
saying.
back.
Everyone's saying that. What color do you want?
a tan for mine, please.
10.
I mean, regardless, the $1,200 ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, that money's already spent. I'll tell you that much.
Shit, I had to buy new tires, bro. It's going back to my dad.
I mean, just look at what's the debt. The debt is $23 trillion in
Yeah.
debt, and now they're adding more.
two more.
What
for that?
else they looped into that fucking bill? That has nothing to do with coronavirus.
Yeah.
I can really
Yeah.
see that.
Damn it, I had something and I forgot already.
Well, we were talking about
Yeah.
that whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that's what I remember now. So, a lot of people don't realize that bill that they passed for the stimulus shit. Yeah, I think it was one of the art museums that's getting like millions or billions of dollars. Like, what the fuck does the Smithsonian Art Museum need to be refurbished?
That's essential.
That's totally essential, right? Yeah, fuck. But, you know, what happens when they make these bills? They try to sneak shit in. And they did. They always do. You know, it could be a bill about fucking unemployment. And it's like, let's put some shit about, you know, abortion or something else in there. And it's like, that's not even related to the damn bill.
They always do that though. They try to fucking sneak it in. That's what's the shittiest part.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna sneak it, don't you think that your legislation is garbage if you have to fucking hide it from people? Like what is your motivation behind that? Like if you can't get enough people to back your legislation, which is your fucking statist agenda, frankly, then like why are you gonna hide it in a bunch of other statist shit to fucking fool? I don't know. Who the fuck are you fooling? The general public, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Obviously, they're fooling the general public.
It's frustrating.
Well, the bullshit is that...
Hey! We got people! What's up, guys?
Nothing.
But yeah, the bullshit thing is like the two sides could not just come together. They're like, well, you know, if you give me this extra shit, we'll let you have this in the bill. You know, it's like, you can't just do what's good for the fucking people of the goddamn country.
No, they do
without having to
for
get something.
themselves and their
without
own
the-
fucking
I don't
shit.
agree with any of this bullshit that they're talking about.
What's your take?
It's all statism what you're talking about.
See, he's not-
Yeah, but
I
I'm
believe in freedom.
Yeah,
I can't.
You too, but I mean,
No. You're talking about bills, so you're talking about government. If you don't believe in voting and you don't believe in the government, how are you even worried about what they're doing?
the world we live in.
I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, principle-wise, you can't be voting, and if you're saying don't vote, then why are you worried about what's in the stimulus bill or any of that shit?
I'm not voting.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like in
Oh.
general, like what he's saying, Bo's saying. It's like, who cares? Like it's they're fucking government control you. Why can't they get along? They're playing their little dog and pony show. They're doing all their bullshit. Fucking
Yeah.
statism. I'm preoccupied over
It is what it is, though. It is all for.
No, I mean,
It is all for business, though. You know what
No,
I mean?
it is.
Like, there are these two sides that pretend to hate each other, but they're the same fucking side.
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
they are two sides of the same coin. It's yeah.
Wings of the same bird. All that fucking
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Corey says things are laundering money that way.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
Well,
something else.
yeah. I mean, that's.
I don't think they
a
need that.
different
I don't
conversation.
think they need that to launder
They do.
money. But shit. What was the? God damn. See, I lost my train of thought again. It'll come to me.
This is my little boo boo kit right here.
Nice. Pretty cool. Good.
Some itchy stuff, some splints, some random. Actually, I guess we could talk about this. I think I brought this up on the show before. This is my little boo boo kit that I got right here, guys. If you want to see what's in it, I got some antibacterial non-stick pad, all-purpose sponge. I keep this stuff in here. This is literally just old Dayquil paper. I keep it in there for the drug information, but also fire starter.
There you go.
It's a good idea. Rain poncho.
Memorize it before the fire starts.
Just some little sutures, butterfly sutures, fingertip bandages. Like I said, just boo-boo kit, right? A couple of tongue depressors. Actually, the reason why I have these in here is because I don't remember the last time a tongue depressor was actually used to depress a tongue.
This is true.
But I use these to thread Molly into my tactical gear because you slip this in there and it makes it really easy to fucking move your Molly. Or if you have that
I use a butter knife,
butter knife,
but that's cool. I didn't even think of that one.
Exactly. It's a portable butter knife.
Mhm.
When you have Velcro in between the Molly, when it's like got the male and female back Velcro, you slide this in between them, it breaks them all up. You can slide your gear right away from each other. That's why I
I'm
keep
such a
tongue
fucking drug
depressors.
addict, and I thought you were gonna say you use it when you use Molly.
When you use,
You know,
I see.
Yeah.
Valerie said also good for a splint. Absolutely. I have a couple of
See,
some
Bianca was
finger
on my
splints,
same page.
Some finger splints. All right. And then roll of gauze or ace bandage, I guess technically. And then I have some like Dayquil and oh shit! There's a pair of fucking fuckers in here. I didn't even know this was in there. That's badass. Okay.
Hey, let me borrow those. That's way better. These are very great for paracord. In my actual kit, I keep these.
I didn't even know those were in there. That's fucking badass.
You know that actually uses multi-purpose scissors in my car?
Didn't you have an orange pair on it?
I had it on the outside. I didn't know this was in it. Like, where did I get these?
I kicked them down.
Did you? Okay. Okay.
Yep, I had those.
My
I still have two
multi-purpose
extras.
scissors that I have in my car are my metal shears.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they're good for cutting everything. I mean, if they can cut through metal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but just little things here and there. Like I have some Benadryl. Like it's an itch. It's for children, whatever. But it's like an itch relief. You know, just little things here and there. But yeah, it's a boo-boo kit. This is not my triage kit, right? Like a triage kit has stuff for like sucking chest wounds and
You're gonna have
heavier bleeding and shit like that. Now, mind you, I've had like a once over on how to use all that shit. So,
Here you go, Jamie. You got your little.
badass. Thank you. Sorry. That's all good. Yes, that's my little. That goes in my big green go bag. I just huck that bad boy in there, and then I have in my car the larger kit that we got with all the surplus from the class we did, and then I have my IFAC that I ordered from First Hero, something whatever the fuck it was that one that rolls down and has all the shit in it. I have that, but that's taken apart because I had to take that IFAC apart.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good paracord too.
No, these are really
really heavy duty.
I looked at them the other day and I was like, how the fuck did he do that? I was like, I didn't learn how to make that. I looked up Cobra knots and shit, so I couldn't figure it out.
Well, you got them on two of them now. We can do the other ones. I could show you after.
It's sick, dude.
Actually, really,
Thank you.
Since we're talking about medical shit, I think, if you're not, first aid and CPR certified, it's a good thing to go do. It's a really.
I don't know if they're doing that right now.
Yeah, I know, but we're not right now. But yeah, right.
Same
Yeah, it's not essential, huh?
Not essential.
But yeah, for my work, it's actually required that we be first aid certified, CPR, AED, and for infants too.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, what the hell is the tie off? Goddamn
Tourniquet.
Tourniquet. We had to learn how to make one out of just a bandage and say like a pen,
A stick, yeah,
or a stick or whatever. I mean, ideally, yeah, you'd actually have a real tourniquet, but in a pinch, you can make one.
Yeah, you use your belt. You can use different things.
Yeah.
Paracord.
If you had to.
Yeah, dude.
Wouldn't recommend that, but yeah.
Yeah. But it's a good thing to know.
Yeah. Fucking tourniquets are a scary thing. Like people have like a tourniquet, like even so in the new I'm not gonna go on a video game tirade here, but I did notice that one of the loadouts for the characters in the new Call of Duty game on their play carrier, one of the girls has a tourniquet right here. I'm like, cool. They're starting to like make it like more mainstream. Like people are gonna look at that and they're not gonna know what that is, but people are gonna want to cosplay it and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? I know what it is.
Maybe learn about it because
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But and the thing is like, okay, cool. You have one tourniquet. Like technically, if you want to be thorough, you need to have 4 tourniquets on you only because you have 4 limbs. That's being thorough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's worst case scenario. You're probably fucking dead at that point.
Well, you're
but
fucked
I mean,
if you need to use 4.
yeah, but I mean, you got 4 limbs on you, right? Like you should have 4 tourniquets.
So if you live in North Korea, basically what I'm saying is then you just follow the laws and you do what they tell you because that's what the world we live in.
Oh God! Really, you're gonna compare the two?
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, Johnny.
I am comparing the two. You're goddamn right. I'm comparing the two. So that's my stance.
Yeah, because we're required to worship the leader of our government.
Hey, we are actually.
We're required.
Yeah, whatever the president is, you got to worship.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't disagree with them.
Uncomfortable.
You can't.
It's weird having a statist on the show.
I'm just saying you downplay the freedoms we do have.
You have what freedoms?
Oh my God! So we can
name your freedoms.
We have the freedom to do this.
And what are your freedoms granted by government?
Okay. So it would be better to live in North Korea.
Maybe somebody should learn what a libertarian is.
So it would be better to live in North Korea then?
No, I didn't say that.
What were you comparing them to?
No, I'm saying it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
You live in the statism is government that controls you. So if you live in a government, you have to follow by their rules. They grant you what freedoms or rules you have, correct? Correct?
Yes, on a fundamental
So it's the
level.
same.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's what we are here at Grim 86 Freedom First Podcast. We're about principle. That's what libertarians believe in.
Yeah, you really want to compare. I'm not even getting into this too because
I know. 'Cause
you're completely wrong.
no,
comparing
I'm
the
not
two.
wrong. It's
Comparing
principle.
the two?
There's either right.
So North Korea, you
Or
get
wrong.
shot for doing what we're doing right
No,
now.
what you're failing to understand is government is what I'm talking about. So it doesn't matter what country you're in, the government grants you your authority to do whatever the hell you want to do. Whereas libertarians, we believe that we believe in this thing called self-ownership. That means that you are the master of your own self and you make your own decisions for yourself. We have the non-aggression principle, we have individualism, and we have self-ownership number one as the things that grant us what we believe in. And we do not look to a government to give us our freedom. We believe that everybody is free and should be free according to the way they're born, when they're born. Not that, because we're in a freer country, then we should agree with stimulus checks, or because we're in a free country, we should agree with this tax or that tax. It's all wrong. Fundamentally, it's all wrong. All government is force. All taxation is robbery. End of story. Voting is force. It's mob rule. If it's a dictatorship, it's even worse. Doesn't mean there's levels of statism, but they're all wrong. They're all evil. If statism and the government is evil, then it all is evil, even if there's a lesser version of it. That's what a true libertarian would believe.
So you can't disagree that it could be worse. We could be.
I just fucking said that. If you listen to what I said, there's different levels, right?
Yeah.
So there is worse versions of tyranny or statism, right? But it's still all wrong. Is it wrong to lie? Yes. Is it wrong to steal? Yes. Is it wrong to cheat? There's different variations of those things. Oh, well, maybe in this little situation or whatever, but it's still wrong, right? So it's black and white. There's not gray. A true libertarian, that's their stance. And it's founded on principle. Look up non-aggression principle, look up self-ownership, look up individualism, look at free market, laissez-faire capitalism. What else?
Bianca. That was funny. Did you read Bianca's comment?
No, I can't see it.
Yeah.
Says quick Val, Johnny make something else.
No, but that's
No, sorry, I didn't hear what you
no,
said.
but that rant needed to happen though, because there's so many folks out there that
Still
don't
can't see it.
quite like understand the principle of it. And I'm not saying you either. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there.
That's what the show's about. So
Yeah.
when someone's going to say something different, of course I'm going to say you're wrong. So that's, if you believe in self-ownership, you cannot say, if you truly believe in self-ownership and you truly are
Well,
a libertarian, you cannot say that, okay, it's good or whatever with voting and whatever.
I will say this. I don't think Bo was trying to praise them like Korea or
No,
or any type of government or state.
Well, he was talking about U.S. is what.
But I think what he's trying to say is that like we are currently afforded certain freedoms by government, absolutely. But whether or not we choose to just have those freedoms or whatever the fuck freedoms we want is kind of our own decision, right?
Should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to bring it back in.
Once again, it's about self-ownership, right? So
Exactly.
it's not about statism.
Exactly. Yeah, no. I think, but that was my way of helping Bo express his way, because it's like, because he believes what we believe for the most part. Come on,
Really?
I think you do for the most part.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
I
have arguments with Bo all the time.
I guess I'm a realist. That this is the world we live in.
It's not a realist.
Well, here's
There's
the
principle and there's not. I hear this all the time.
Okay, so that's not being realistic. That we live in a society that has government.
Yes. So what?
Okay.
So
you
don't
and me
obey.
Don't obey.
Yeah, don't obey.
That's kind of our thing, man.
That's what our podcast is.
Like the whole
Hashtag disobey.
free men don't ask for permission.
Freedom.
Certain things I agree with that, but I mean, there's
Not certain things. It's once again what I just said, where you go back into freedom. It's either state or not state, government or not government, and If you believe in self-ownership and you believe that you are your own government, you're self-governing, then you don't need government.
So,
But we live under government. That's my point.
I understand that, Bo.
You have to live within the system. It sucks. It does.
There's only a few
But
things
like,
that you
I can't
have
go out
to.
and fucking sell drugs because I think I'm free to do that and not have consequences.
yeah, but you could do that though.
Yeah, I could, and I could end up in fucking.
I'm
prison
against
for the rest
all
of my life.
drug laws.
Because
Fuck all drug
there are
laws.
those laws.
Fuck all
Yeah.
prostitution laws.
Yeah, so
fuck all gun laws.
And my thing is too is like, I mean, you probably think that I'm a bad libertarian.
no,
because-
you're more status than I am. That's all.
Because I try to do everything within the operating parameters of the law and the society we live in because I don't want to go to jail, right?
Well, it's
Exactly.
different. You're threatened by force, but you're now changing the subject. The subject has been changed because originally it was about what's in the vote and sneaking things through and who's good and
that
who's
whole
bad.
thing, yeah.
That's how this started. So this is now it's turning into something different. If you don't want to get shot in the head because you want to drive to work and back and forth, then you're gonna have a fucking license. I get that. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
If that's what you're talking about, Jim.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
he's
my-
talking about you were talking about
That was my
stimulus bills and
Okay, we touched on that, but
freedoms.
where this turned into is exactly what you said. Like, if I want to drive, I have to have a license, or I could get my car taken. I could go to
right.
jail.
And if you resist, you get shot. So,
Yeah, exactly. So
I understand
it's
that,
the world that we live in.
but that's not how this started. That's all I'm saying.
The whole bills thing, the reason why I was frustrated is because there are a lot of people that play this game of legislation, of voting in, and there's a lot of people that play the voting game.
You shouldn't even be into politics if you're a libertarian. It's
I can't.
It's not principle. That's all.
Mm.
In my opinion, you
My
should know what's going on around you.
my take on it is it's
But
all
rooting
it's-
for Trump or Pelosi or
yeah,
whoever
I'm
is
not-
just
Oh, God.
I don't fucking root for any of that.
Yeah, I don't do
All I'm
either.
saying is it's a good idea to know what your enemy is up to.
sure.
So that's
It's
why
called
I stay
intel.
on politics. That's
Yeah.
why it's recon, right?
Right.
That's why I stay on politics. So my thing is when I see that so many people are being tricked into voting for certain things, and these are all people that play the voting game,
Mhm.
which I don't do. I don't fucking deal with it, right? But there are a lot of people who believe that the voting game is the way to go, and there are a lot of people using their voting, their voice, right, to vote for things that they want, but then they have other things that are snuck into that bill that are detrimental to another demographic.
Yep.
And they don't even know about it, and then it's just like
That's
all the
why all
gun
statism
control
is
shit.
wrong. It's all corrupt.
All of that shit is bullshit. And I don't like any of it,
Yeah.
but I'm just like even within statism, there are like the statists are working against each other,
Oh yeah.
and it's hilarious to think.
And
like,
they're
you
on the
think-
same side at the same time.
Yeah, you would think they'd all be working together,
Well, I
but
mean, a
no.
perfect
You get
example.
these statists try to get these other statists to vote for something, but they have to hide an agenda in it somewhere where nobody can see it, and it's like, yeah, it's all fucking bullshit. I get it, but what I'm seeing is there are a lot of people out there that think that they're doing the right thing by voting for a specific thing, and they don't know what else they're voting for because it's been hidden in there.
Yeah.
Let alone that they shouldn't be doing it in the first place.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of stuff that's connected to it, and I kind of get where you were going with it, but it's like,
Yeah. Well, like, you bring up a good point. Like, a perfect example of that bullshit is when they had the vote to repeal the gas tax. The fucking Democrats worded that shit so people voted against it
I remember that.
because they thought by voting against it means that it was going to repeal the fucking tax. When in actuality, you needed to
So
vote
word
yes.
it is wording. Yeah.
Lawyerese,
Yeah.
remember lawyerese? That
Yeah,
is
exactly.
legalese.
Yeah,
Legalese,
legalese.
that
Yeah, exactly. It was like, if you actually, because most people, the majority of people do not take the time to research.
Oh, he's getting
Oh,
big
no,
boy
here we go.
time.
Here it goes. But yeah, majority
Big boy
of people,
time.
majority of people don't actually research shit. You know, that I think is also the problem with social media and, you know, everything now is that people believe what they see on fucking
It's been a while
social
since
media.
we've done a shot on the podcast.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah. It's always live streams too.
Like, I think a perfect example of people believing everything they see on the internet is actually had to, you know, have a discussion with one of our buddy's cousins.
Cheers, brother.
Salute.
There was a video posted of a young black female getting hit in the leg by a cop in the back of a cop car. So upon looking further into it, it seems like they were trying to arrest her. She ran, hit the cop, and then so with the cop was in, as she's in the car, you see one of her legs outside of the car. What the cop was
That's
trying to
hotter
do,
than most of the hot sauce stuff that we tried on the show.
you know.
Yeah,
what
that
the-
was
what-
not really. It's a little spicy. I'll be honest with you.
What the cop was
Not
actually trying to do is, we know working security, someone's not letting you control them, what do?
Mm-hmm.
You hit them. They were hitting her leg so they could try to get her leg in
Would
the
they
car.
punch her in the back of the knee so she'd fold her fucking leg
They
or
were
something?
Yeah, so they could get inside the car. But they didn't show the rest of the story. So everybody's like, oh my God, they're just beating this young black woman. You know, and it's like, you need to know the whole fucking
Yeah,
story.
but the problem is what he's talking about. They're not trained properly. So that's the thing. If they're taught to hit somebody, that's not how you do it.
Yeah.
You can simply, if you're trying to break down someone's arms, I've done this many times. You just take your, give me your arm for a second. You take when you have them, you roll with like a knife hand. And you can also do it on this joint, and that would also apply to your knees.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do that. Cops, matter of fact, I was one day I was doing security, and a cop was taking a drunk guy was trying to fight him basically, and he was by himself, and backup was not there. We're in the middle of Monterey Street, outside of my work, and I came over. He looked at me with wide eyes, and I was like, "Oh shit, he wants me to come over. That's crazy." So I came up close, and he got the guy down, and the guy we already had problems with this guy in the first place at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
And the officer got him down, and he's like, just help me hold him. And he's trying to get his left arm back, and he couldn't get it. And he's all, just hold him. And I just fucking did that, got his arm back, got him in a wrist lock. I'm holding him there, and the cop just looked at me like, what? And then like fucking did the same thing I did and cuffed the dude. He's all, we got one down in the middle of Monterey Street, and started laughing.
Oh, was that the Monterey Street one or the one on the alley?
There's a bunch of those. No, there's
Oh, the alley one. That was a fun night when I had to try to hold 20 drunk people back by myself.
that was a different night.
Yeah.
That was a different one.
Oh, that was the one where he tried to actually reach for the.
Yeah, the guy
shot.
tried to go for the taser.
That's some interesting shit in our group, man. There's been you've been to shooting ranges with a police officer where they were watching you do your off the line reload drills and shit. And they're like, "What are you doing there? What's that all about?" It just goes to show you that like the average firearms enthusiast is more well trained than the average police officer in how to fucking shoot.
Well, I mean,
and I'll add on to that. If they keep training and they're actually seeking out proper training.
Yeah.
I mean, the average cop, how long is their academy? I mean, it's not that, you know?
Now the cops that do train in like tactics and they go to schools and stuff, there's a bunch of awesome ones. I wouldn't say a SWAT officer is that way, or you know what I mean? But like, those guys are going to know how to do that stuff. But
the thing is that like you would expect that most people who carry a firearm as a tool for their job to be at least a little bit into it, and you realize that most of those guys are not. Like, there's so many guys that are even in the military that are like, literally, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I just know the sound it makes when it takes a man's life. You know, it's like shit like that. Where it's like, you don't.
That's kind of how.
Yeah, they know how to take it apart. They know how to clean it, right? And they know their government issued equipment. But I mean, practices,
protocol, like the way drills and stuff.
Drills,
right?
exactly.
They know the basic things that they
but they're not doing dynamic handgun, dynamic shotgun like Magpul, Chris Costa, Travis Haley shit.
Right. See, which we're into,
which we like, right?
We're about shooting around corners and things like that.
Doing dynamic shit.
A lot of the cops just learn the basic, real quick version of it. It's true.
They get out and they use their door to fucking shield them from. It's like
that's a no.
What are you doing?
Door don't stop bullets.
Well, like I could argue the majority.
Unless you armor it up, that's different.
Sure.
You could argue the majority of people that join the military are not joining it because they are like that gun enthusiasts, whatever. They're doing because the benefits, or they just don't have any.
Some do, some don't.
Dude, there were
it's a mixed bag.
When I wanted to join the military, it was a couple of things. One, didn't really know what I wanted to do, and it would have been a source of income and a source of guidance.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
As a young lad,
let the state guide me. That sounds like a great fucking idea.
Yeah.
Number two, like, cool. It seemed cool. I get to dress up, be a little Green Army man, go see some combat, get some real shit done, right? And then, like, I think number three was just like, it seems like it's the right thing to do. I come from a military family. My grandfather was military. My mom's grandfather's military. Like, a lot of my uncles are military. It's like
all my family and a lot of my friends are.
It seems like the right thing to do. And when you grow up in a military family, you are kind of indoctrinated to believe that that's the right thing to do. And it's like, I have a cousin who believes a lot, who is more on the lines that we are for the most part. And he just a couple years ago went into the Air Force Reserve. And I'm like, everything principle related.
I know the guy.
Everything related principle. Like, you wouldn't. We know that that's wrong.
Sure.
Hey, but you know what?
I mean,
For him,
if you want to go to the easiest
source of
branch,
income, it's the easiest branch.
and
It's
you
a
get the
source of
benefits, and
income.
you get the benefits.
He thinks it's a joke. You know what I mean? He fucking is on my taxation and theft post
Yeah,
just as much as anyone else.
he got cool training and whatever. Yeah.
The only thing I have a problem with is that how can you be on taxation and theft and then join the military and get paid by me?
Well, yeah, but a lot of people haven't quite. I agree. So if you already had your philosophy developed and then you went and did that, then you're 100% correct. I feel like a lot of them don't have that philosophy developed yet.
Yeah.
They get in there and then they're kind of on that page and then they develop that philosophy and then they're like, oh, well, I'm doing it. Well, you're going to contract. You have to honor it until you get out unless you want to go to jail.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I get all that. But, like, yeah, I mean, I want it. Like, my dream job ever, like, if I could do one thing, no matter what, it would be being a Green Beret. Right? That was always as a kid, all the way up. Now that I know what I know within the last 8 years and as it's been developing my philosophy, as self-ownership being the first thing, right? Like, now I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't. I mean, even if I could, I mean, I'm older now, but I mean, like, I couldn't do it.
So I've even found
Couldn't
a
do
way,
it and be comfortable with
I've
myself.
even found a way to justify it in my own head.
Mhm.
Now, and it's like this: is because if you have this philosophy beforehand and you realize that it's voluntary, and all of your other principles be damned,
Right.
because there'd be a lot of them you'd have to just say goodbye to.
Right.
But you can say that you're entering into this contract voluntarily. You are now working for an employer who is the government, right? And so anything that they ask you to do because they're paying you, you just do it without question. So now you can either do that job or you could have moral fiber.
So I'll give everyone a
right?
challenge. Getting back to what Bo and us were all like kind of arguing about earlier. If you go and check out voluntarism, self-ownership, non-aggression principle, and really like bring those all together, just those three things, and you research those three things separately, and then you try to justify how you think it's okay to vote and all those things, you'll just understand immediately you can't. Or taxes or anything. It's basically what the whole show's about. Like,
Yeah, well, no, and even on that own regard, what I just said,
Right.
like it does violate the non-aggression principle, and it does violate.
right.
Those
Those are sexy pants.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. I was hoping you weren't going to wear these today.
I know. I thought about
I was
it.
so hoping. I was
We
like,
go with that tiger stripe fucking camo BDUs.
So even with what I just said, I know that like you could justify within your own head because it's voluntary, but then again, it still violates all your other principles. That's why I said you can get one right, but all the
Right.
other principles have to be damned
Right.
in order for you to actually justify doing
Right.
something like that. So we're agreeing with each other, yeah?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, fuck, we're an hour and a half here, boys.
Right.
Bianca said 13 to 19.
I
weeks,
don't
though.
understand that.
What was that?
I have no clue. I've been reading that, trying to figure it out.
What did
She
what do
said
you mean?
she said it a long time ago. She said it like 10 minutes ago. So I'm
Well,
not sure.
she
what
was,
she's
she was
pertaining to.
talking about Police Academy. Okay, thank you.
Oh, how long they go
Oh,
through the
okay.
okay, got you.
Wait, did you just look that up for us, or did you look into that? Were you
Yeah.
were you a statist in training at some point?
Oh, you're gonna be.
Hey, I know a ton of cops. I mean,
Yeah, I do
like
too.
I respect them as individuals and stuff. I just don't agree with their choice. That's all it is. I mean, everyone I know is a statist almost. I still love them and respect them. I'll argue with them. So I'll be a dick to them because I don't agree, but it doesn't mean that you can't be their friend. There's a lot of people that believe complete opposite of me.
Yeah.
Still a friend. So you can be an asshole and like say what you believe in and why, and then just leave it at that. Like, it's not a problem. You should still love the people you love. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, I think a lot of the stuff that we talk about on this show ends up like it kind of looks like we're being kind of cold-hearted, and it is what it is because it's like
Well, the individualism is.
individual is very. It's almost like Satanism, right? Like
yeah,
it's-
we've had
it's-
this conversation.
We have had this conversation, and
It's
it's like
slightly that way.
in the regard that it's like you have to look out for yourself.
Well, I
Because
believe
you
that
are your-
selfishness is a virtue.
You are your
That's weird for
only,
people to hear.
You are your first and last line of defense.
Yes.
I mean
Self-ownership.
that if you know that without having to rely on law enforcement or military or whatever,
Well,
it's like
So when you
me.
start talking about government, it becomes into a collectivism,
sure.
right? So it becomes collectivism. It goes away from individualism. And so that's where when you get back to going selfishness is actually a virtue. And that's where we come from. That's what, if you believe in self-ownership, which is self-governing, and you are your own property, therefore selfishness is a virtue. and you need to take care of yourself first.
That's some Ayn Rand shit. Huh?
It is, but it
yeah.
is also libertarian, right? So it's
Well, I
like,
like Ayn Rand.
yeah, oh, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, but when you start talking about government, anything, that's collectivism. It's socialism technically. It's the whole group versus the individual, and that's where I can't.
I guess okay. Since you explained it that way, I do agree with you on that.
Oh, okay.
Because AA taught me that in order to be able to help someone else, I have to be able to help myself first.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
You have to retain that little bit of selfishness.
If you selfishly want to help other individuals out, then you have to selfishly take care of yourself before you can help them.
Because you shouldn't be helping others at the expense
That's
of
the way
yourself.
I look at it.
Yeah.
Because
That's altruism, and altruism is if you follow
altruism is
down a
evil.
certain path, it can be very
In my
evil.
opinion.
It can be.
No.
So well, here I'm an
benevolence
empath,
is
right?
different.
I'm an empath, right? Like I want to help.
You
people.
can read minds.
Yes. I have ESPN.
Jamie,
Right there, bro.
do
That was
you
good.
feel this?
Oh! I looked low when you said that. That was weird. His natural reaction is, do you feel this? And
I'm just saying, I'm the kind of person that if I see someone who needs help, I naturally want to help them, and that is altruism.
I'm
right?
the same way, but
And you can.
that's out of guilt, though.
If you no, it's.
If you walked away from
Here's the
it,
thing.
you would feel guilty.
I would feel guilty.
That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
But I get but I'm going to go ahead and say that it's selfish in the same regard, because the sense of satisfaction I get from helping someone who needs my help is selfish to me. That gives me that dopamine rush and gives me that head high and makes me feel good about myself. So like, sure, it's a mixture of guilt and altruism. I will say.
Well, the problem is that when altruism gets preached by the church or the state government, it ends up being a collectivist thing where we're taking care of everyone. Well, everyone should have health care, where everyone should have this, social security, whatever. And I'm here to say, no, that's evil. That's socialism. It's communism. It would be fucking collectivism. It's evil.
I would say all of that would be fine if I had the opportunity to choose whether or not I partook in it.
Right,
But
and that's
since
called
we don't-
charity, right?
Charity? Well, no, it could be
Or volunteerism.
Volunteerism, basically.
Yeah.
If you
Either or.
how many fucking
There's
times I've
nothing
said it?
wrong with helping people. It's just being forced to do it.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If that made it more clear.
No, that is exactly what needs to be said. You can help people. Donate, be altruistic, be collectivist,
Can you hear me?
charity, whatever you want to
So
do.
you shouldn't be forced.
Me too,
Yeah.
sweetie, please.
Because one of the things
As soon as you're forced to do it and you
That's
have
right.
no way out of it, which is our taxes, which is our social security, which is everything that all the shit that comes out of your paycheck that's from your gross and doesn't make it to your net or vice versa. I don't remember, vice versa.
Yeah.
All of that
It's
shit.
gross.
So a lot of mine gets taken out because I have insurance.
Yeah.
Voluntary.
Mhm.
Fine.
Right.
Hey, I
Yeah.
hate to see it go, but it gives me something. I'm paying for a service that I voluntarily elected
Yeah.
to pay for. Everything else, all that other shit that's on your fucking paycheck, theft. All of it is
No, I
stolen from you. You can't stop it. You can't make it stop, and you can't ever get it back.
Well,
So, am I the asshole for
no,
thinking
no,
that?
because I'll get to this too.
I don't think so.
You're not the asshole because think about this.
Thank you.
Hey, darling.
All
Thank you,
the
darling.
You're welcome. We both like looked at each other like, yeah.
welfare and handouts, you're basically helping someone that doesn't want to help themselves. I refuse to help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. You know, it's if you're not willing to do anything to help yourself, why should I help you?
So I mean, like
if you're doing everything right and you need a little help along the way.
So everyone should have their own moral code and their own beliefs, and from religion to politics to whatever, right? Like I don't like that. I don't care.
Before we finish,
Yeah,
off
yeah.
of that, it's important to say that none of you guys out there are going to be him or me or him.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we all, even between the three of us, as similar
That's the
as
individualism.
we
Yeah.
have different individual views that vary slightly or even drastically in some cases. All right.
And you went all
Not
right.
to point hands.
But it worked out good. But yeah, dude. I mean, like that. No, he did.
I didn't mean it.
No, I know that, but you actually did say it right. But I mean, everyone individually should be able to choose what they want to do. The only time I have problem is when you use government to force other people. It could be even religion or religious government. But I don't believe in that. Like, you should not force people to do whatever it is. It should be voluntary. Everything should
Yeah.
be voluntary.
I would love to make my gross pay take on. No shit.
So she said, Bianca says, "What's the feeling on child support garnishments regarding shit being taken away from you on your paychecks?" Okay, so
this is the hard one for me.
here, let me go in. I don't have any kids. You guys have any
I don't have
And we
kids.
need a shot for this one.
kids?
No.
Anyone got kids? All right.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll start then. Obviously, this
Yeah,
is
go
my
for it.
problem
Your-
with it.
Your take.
Do you have
So
kids?
no, I don't.
Okay.
No, I do not have kids, but I do not think, okay, so a man cannot force a woman to be a mother, correct?
Well,
if they want to have an abortion, that's
If rape is involved, yes.
okay, but they can have
Outside of that, you mean like
if they want to have an abortion.
you're talking about a consenting relationship?
yes.
Okay, that's
So,
different. All right.
say you get a
We
woman
have to get
pregnant,
these things clear, right?
I guess what I'm getting is like you can't like say the girl wants to have an abortion. You typically don't have a say in that. As the one that is making the baby.
Jamie.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get uncomfortable. Let's get
I'm
uncomfortable.
not trying to make everything uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
it does get to the child support.
If you're asking me whether or not a woman that I slept with wants to have an abortion or whether or not I have a say in it, now here's the thing: it's her body.
Okay, but then can
Now-
she force you to be a father if you don't want to be?
Well, here's the thing:
That's my point right there.
she can either keep it or don't, right?
What if she keeps it, but
All of a
you don't
sudden,
want to
Bo
be a
doesn't
father?
like government. Interesting.
I'll cheers to that.
This is a moral thing. This is not a government
Did
thing.
you guys catch that at
Yeah,
home?
but it's also
Bo,
going to the child support
Did you
thing.
guys
because-
catch that at home? All of a sudden.
But this is also going to the child support thing because it's like, say I don't want to be a father, but she wants to have the baby. So should I, not me not wanting to be a father, should I be forced to pay for the child I don't want? But yet I might want the child, but she wants to have an abortion and she can do that. It's one-sided.
Wait, so what is your? So this is a scenario that exists in today's world. I understand that. What is your question?
What are your thoughts on it? I mean, like, should we be forced into being a father? And you know what I'm saying?
This is a difficult question to answer because I feel I'm kind of all around on it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the way I would deal with it. I would just hope that whoever this person is that I decided to have a relationship with is on the same.
I don't
level.
know. Maybe pick better hosts.
True. Very true.
That was a long way, the short way
I
of
just
saying
hope
what I was going to say. Yeah, maybe the person that I'm with is going to be on the same level as
Yeah.
me regarding reproduction, and maybe we had that conversation beforehand. So hopefully y'all thought that shit through. But I mean, every now and then, yeah, you're right. So now this is when like your own personal liberties are going to get in the way of your moral ones because now you have. I knocked this girl up and she wants to keep it, but I don't. That's a fucking moral conundrum if I've ever seen it. Then you have, I knocked this girl up.
Is that why you always walk around? You're like, is that what you do? Excuse me.
Just
My
knock on the
God.
belly? Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I was like, what are you doing? Now I know. Now I know what knock up means. Yeah, I didn't.
I'm
I
sending
didn't
them to heaven.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, everybody.
Sending
Now
them.
we've moved on to dad jokes.
So, or you have.
And I'm not a dad that I
she
know.
wants to keep it and I don't want to keep it, right? Like, or so blah blah blah. You have either she wants to remove it or she wants to keep it,
Yeah.
and I have the opposite view.
yeah,
Can't get pregnant if you do it in the butt.
it's true. Don't want the gut, put it in the butt.
It's life lesson.
I don't know. That's
So my take on it is pretty much like government shouldn't force you to do anything.
Yeah.
that has nothing.
If
That like had nothing to
Right.
do with our show,
Right.
Because it has nothing to do with government.
right.
It was all moral.
Well, no,
it's a moral
well, no,
conundrum.
no,
It's a
it is.
conundrum.
If you're forced to, is what he said. Yeah.
Child support because
Oh,
if
yeah,
I don't want to be a
yeah.
father, but she wants to keep it, then I'm forced to pay child support.
That's
for the child
what. Okay,
that I don't
that's
want.
where you're going with it.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't fucking
So,
get
if
where
it's
you
your,
guys were
so
going
what
with it.
I'm saying
Jesus.
is, if it's your body and it's your choice, and it's your property, you are as a female, you'd be it's your body, it's your property.
Self-ownership.
If you want to exactly, if
Yeah.
you want to keep it, then it's your problem. And if the guy's a douchebag, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
It's ruthless, but I mean that's how I look at it.
Oh, let me throw a wrench. into
And
these-
stop dating fucking retards.
Hold on,
Fuck boys.
let me throw a wrench into these spokes real quick. What if she wants to keep it, but you don't, right? But self-ownership, that's a part of you, literally.
No, that's what I'm saying. Property. It's your property. She's pregnant. It's her property. She's responsible for that child, right?
But you are responsible for it. It is
Right.
your property too.
Right. but it's in her body. So it's either you believe in that it's her body,
Whose
it's her
property
choice,
is it?
her body, her choice, right? Like, so if you believe that, then that is the way you have to go.
I don't know, man. I think there's a gray area there.
Well,
For
if it's
me
also your
personally,
property,
I
then-
believe that a woman, if she gets impregnated, like it's her body, it's her choice to do what she wants to do with it. Even if I don't personally even agree with abortion unless it's emergencies or early term.
We've talked
Personally,
about that, yeah.
well, but maybe not everyone heard that. So me personally, I'm not really pro abortion
Yeah.
in a
I
sense.
understand, yeah.
But in areas. However, I will say it is your body. You are the person that owns the property. I get it takes semen to make a fucking baby as well, right?
Sure.
But having a government to come in and force you to do something at gun, so you always have to go to the extreme, right? So if you don't pay child support as a dude, right, or maybe the dude wanted the custody, what's the extreme of it? Well, guys with guns are going to come and kill you if you don't do what they want. It's still government. So anytime you ever touch government, it's forced.
Yeah, but
There's no but for me.
We're not disagreeing with that.
Right.
This is more of the moral side.
Like, I'm not saying, like, I mean, I would be a
morally. I don't
fucking
really
but-
believe in abortion unless it's like I said, emergency or very early term. I mean, some people even think abortion is condoms. I don't believe any of that shit. Like fucking
At the Catholic Church, you're
Yeah, I know,
laughing,
I know,
but they're
I
not
know,
laughing
I know,
right now.
I know.
The Vatican is
I'm
pissed at us
laughing
right now.
because
right.
I'm
So
laughing
like
because it's true.
I'm
I know.
totally good with birth control. Totally good with like early term or the woman's life's online. I just don't like in the first week. You think whenever you figure it out, it could be 2 months down the road, right?
Sure.
You figure it out. Like if you're like, oh, I don't want one, and you do it, I don't have a problem with that personally. Now, if you wait till the last minute and all of a sudden you're like, I didn't want it, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Just me.
Oh, late term. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well,
But I mean,
And that's
everyone
what-
should make their own choices. I can't. I'm going to be consistent. You are the master of your own body. You are your own self-ownership. Once again, you make that decision, not me. And when you start saying, what did the government do and all that crap? That's like, do they enforce whatever, the guy to help pay half of it and all that? That's bullshit, in my opinion. Like, if the guy's a man, he's going to fucking stand up and do that. Or if you're in obviously a good relationship, then you don't even have to worry about that.
Sure.
But we're also talking about some like ghetto ass shit.
Yeah, well, you also have these situations too, where like you might have no visitation rights, but you're still forced to pay child support. It's like,
sure. Yeah.
I'm
Once
not allowed
again,
to be
that's
near my
statism,
kid.
but that's
Let me
statism.
get in here real quick. I just want to read some of the comments out here. We got TJ came in and said, you can't make people do what you want. As harsh as it is to walk away, you should have the right.
Yeah.
He's not fucking wrong.
No.
Sign away your parental
Yeah.
rights. This is what him and I were talking about.
Yep.
See, I've never
Yep.
looked into a lot of that.
It's all statism, bro.
No, hold up. Sign away your parental rights. What does it all go back into? It goes back into voluntarism, right?
Yeah.
If you can voluntarily opt in or opt out of shit, the world will be a fucking better place.
Outside of rape, like, you made the choice to sleep with the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Being ruthless, but that's what it is.
That is.
Stop sleeping with some broke ass niggas. Johnny Doe says.
But I thought I could change him.
They all do, bitch.
Hey, I'm one of them, so I mean, I'm ripping on myself.
It is what it is.
It's like chitty chitty bang bang. Do you have to not flag people when you have a plastic gun?
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, I'm a little uncomfortable, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's a little.
It was a question. It was for the audience.
Yeah.
I was a little uncomfortable. It's all good.
Johnny always does the weird shit, and then you're always like, I'm uncomfortable.
Oh shit, I was gonna rack this back with
Yeah,
this
don't do
loaded
it.
mag. I don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
Whoa, calm down there. Yeah.
They operate a little different.
Corey, I agree with you. This is a deadbeat dad kind of thing, but I was just trying to play devil as advocate.
Yeah,
here.
deadbeat dads are
And look
fucking
at it from all
retards.
sides. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, I mean, in our
Now,
society, it's like,
on a real note, if you fucking let's be totally clear here. If you impregnate a woman and you're a dude, you should be fucking responsible and do the right thing and take care of it and all that.
Yep.
So I was talking about principle before. However, as a good human 101, which we always talk
Now
about,
we're talking morality.
as you're a fucking
not
ninja,
principle.
you should be able to like go out and say, hey, I did that. I fucked up. We were drunk, whatever. or it was a relationship that went bad, whatever, I should still be able to step up and take care of that kid. That, as a good human being, yes, that's what you should do. However, government coming in, that's all no-go.
Yeah.
No-go. So now I just kind of like flipped it up on y'all.
Yeah.
Well, no, because it always is. It's 100% a balance between morality.
Why are you thinking about pregnant bitches, bro?
No, I didn't bring it up. She did.
I just feel
She
like
brought
it's
up
you,
the
though. I feel
pregnant
like it's
bitches?
him. I feel like he's.
You never watched that
Sorry,
kind of
Jamie.
porn? You never
I'll
watched
go
pregnant bitch
Thank
porn?
you. Thank you. Just gotta keep this. Hey,
My insulting hand had to lower.
boys, this is what makes us the money here, okay?
So you guys also, yeah, this is our money maker right
Here's
here.
the pretty one.
Oh shit! I broke quarantine. So yeah, me and Bo always argue all the time. So you guys earlier, if you guys been watching the podcast all the time, this is daily.
We have. I mean, honestly, we have good discussions. You know, we really.
He just
do.
didn't throw his phone this time, which is
Yeah.
Bianca told me to.
like, yo, we had.
But I don't like
I just-
people
I
telling
just
me what
want
to
you
do.
guys
That's
know we had conversations within the circle that had to get smoothed out. It was a rough ride, but we made through
Yeah,
it. Okay, we
it
made
worked
through it. All right, every group of friends has their own politics within. We made it through. It's fine. We got it.
We even know a few liberals.
He's here, right?
Me and
He made it.
Johnny.
He came back on the show.
Me and Johnny have had multiple times where we've gotten pissed off at each other. He's my fucking brother,
It's
dude.
more that he gets.
Oh fuck you.
I'm just more like, ooh, Bo got his booty tickled.
See, I'm
And I
gonna, say,
got like
I'm
that, too.
gonna say it right now. So, I was talking with my buddies right now, Phil Bailey. All right, guy is like hands down him and Justin Trammell, my best friends. Okay, now me,
Oh yeah, I know them both.
me and Phil though, we get into fucking shouting matches.
Yeah,
Like, you
those
know,
are good.
But
You guys know where you're coming from. That's
Yeah.
where. Oh, I don't
Well,
want.
no. I mean, like we're like. No. I mean, this could be about something completely unrelated. Like we hate each other at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Like fucking, I'm telling you, we've been in the middle of cul-de-sacs with beers in our hand, fucking smashing them on the ground and fucking, fuck you.
Talking
that-
about like a moped or some
Dude.
random thing. Like a bicycle, right?
It was usually
Yeah, Valerie's
yeah,
off screen going.
some dumb shit.
Nothing
right?
matters. Yeah,
But it's like
could be
we-
politics. It could be
and
just
like
nonsense.
and we
Or a
won't
video
talk,
game.
and we won't talk for a couple of days. It's bad. But then it comes down to like we're brothers.
And then he's over here like,
We're
What do you-
brothers.
what-
You know what I
what
mean?
do you
It's
do,
we
bro?
argue
Yeah,
like
exactly.
siblings. It is
Yeah.
what it is. It's because you know what it is? It's because when you don't agree with me, it's because I know you're smart enough to understand why I think the way that I do, and I want you to fucking get it. And when you don't quite get it the way I do, it's because I'm disappointed that you don't see it the way I do. And it's like it's one of those things where that's individualism, right? You have to understand these people are different than you, and they're going to think about things a different way. And it's frustrating because you want more people to be individuals, but that's kind of what individualism is that they're going to be different than you.
Yeah.
So you have to walk that line, and you have to realize that, like,
So the most frustrating part for a person that believes in individualism is that the person that believes in individualism will believe in that. But the other people that you respect that they have individualism don't believe in that. So you respect that they are an individual, but however they want a collective to control you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
yes, and
That's the hard part.
and that doesn't
That's where it
apply to
backfires.
what I'm talking
Well,
about
yeah, yeah.
specifically to this one guy
Politically,
that I'm talking about,
right,
right? Like
politically.
it is what it is. But yeah, but what you're saying, absolutely.
I'm just saying, like, in general, when we get in arguments about politics.
Yeah.
Or whatever, freedom.
At the end of the day,
I
Johnny
believe in
knows-
freedom more than
yeah.
you. That's why I love telling Republicans.
yeah, he does. End of the
Especially
day, though,
Republicans.
I know if I ever need anything, Johnny's there. Vice versa.
Got you always,
You
brother.
know?
Always.
Sorry, I almost hit the moneymaker again.
Always.
So you gotta watch this. You guys, boys, gotta watch this, all right?
I selfishly help out all my friends because I love them and I couldn't live without them.
Exactly. My fucking family.
That's where it comes into selfishness is a virtue. I love them all. They make my life happy.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. During the time, we have fucking fun.
So what else have what have you guys been doing? You guys been just chilling? I know Val's working from home.
Dude, a lot of Minecraft for me.
Minecraft.
So I'll
Minecraft
tell you what,
is the
yo,
answer. You're on two
so here's
people's-
here's the thing. My buddy Josh, we booted up a new Minecraft world. He's messing around with. Okay, nerd alert.
Yes.
Right?
We already got it when you said Minecraft.
Yeah,
It already
got it.
popped up on the screen.
Yeah.
So you're good. Continue.
He's messing around with this new like cluster system with the Amazon web server host. So he's He's hosting our new
What does that mean,
Minecraft
Pleasure
server.
System?
I have no.
So I'm getting into
Oh,
it.
okay,
I
yeah,
think I'm
okay.
getting into it, right? I don't even know. It's a buzzword. I don't understand it.
Hey, he's being honest.
So what he's doing is he's running a new server for this game that we have off of an Amazon web server. And I don't really know what that means, except for the fact that I can kind of tell that he is remotely accessing a server from his own computer and being able to build a virtual machine inside of it, which means like you can access server space.
Skynet.
And so
This is like Inception right now.
No. It's more simple than you think it is, right? So what he has access to, what I think, is he logs into a terminal, like he basically opens up a web page or opens up an app, right? It's an app on his computer, and you log into it, right? And then in this app, it's another screen that like is a window, and you maximize it to your whole window, right? And when you're looking at that window, it's a different computer.
So it's kind of like a dream inside of a dream.
It's like Minecraft
in another dream, which is like Inception.
It's like
Yeah.
Minecraft.
That's what he's talking about.
So he's
Is he a
running it
fucking
on a
hacker
virtual
or-
server. No. He's running on. He's paying for the server. Like it's legit. It's not
It's not pirate, bro.
It's not pirating it. He's paying for it. But the cool thing is like if you go on Minecraft's official bullshit, it costs like between $8 and $20 a month to rent a server from Minecraft.
Okay,
through Minecraft.
okay, I know what I get.
Now,
I see what you're
through what
doing.
he's doing, we're just running our own version of it, and
Yes.
it's not now. It's a different version of Minecraft. It's a Java version. It's not the Windows
I
10
know what
version,
you're
which is
doing now.
different.
Yeah.
And he said just yesterday, after we ran it for a full 24 hours, costing us about 58 cents a day to run on an Amazon web server. Now, and it's scalable. So what he can do is if we start exploring more in that world, and it gets
That's
bigger and
$100
bigger,
million a year for you at home.
and it gets bigger and bigger, and it becomes more hard for
Trillion
that
pesos.
hardware to navigate us through that. We start getting slowdowns because the world's too big and like we don't have enough power. All he can do is he can just go into his Amazon account and be like, I'd like to purchase 16 more gigs of RAM and like another 100 gigs of hard drive space, and they just fucking onto his server block, and then boom, everything opens up for us. We can do more, we can have more, and all this sort of stuff, and it's still only costing him it's very, very little. It's like not exponentially, but it's incrementally increasing in cost. So it's very easy for us to scale the amount of hardware we need for the amount of software we've created.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
So Jamie's saying he's having fun,
Yeah,
I'm having a lot of fun.
That's Jamie having fun.
even in the
Yeah,
quarantine.
the
Yep.
quarantinis.
Dude, I went on a crazy rant when I was doing my live stream about the radios and about internet service providers. I was like, I can have a nerd show. I can have a nerd show.
Yeah, sure. It's a Jamie show.
It's a
Yeah.
Jamie,
Whatever
Jamie
you want to
nerd
do.
show.
Yeah, you
pretty
can do
much.
whatever you want, bro.
I was giving Bianca
freedom, bitch.
I was giving Bianca like tech support, and she's like, "Well, my
Yeah,
network
let's just figure it out right now.
And I was like, "Well, I'd like to come out there one day because, like, I even told her." So Bianca, you're gonna hear me say it again because you heard me say it earlier. I was like, "She's like, next time we have a problem, I'll have you come out and look at it." And I'm like, "Yeah, because it's like a custom car. It's like just because that isn't the way I would have done it,
Right.
I still appreciate the way you did it."
Sure.
Right? Because I mean, her network is she's not into networking or any of that stuff. They have it set up and it works and it's fine. It's great. But I can go over there and be like, "Oh God, I would have done this like way differently." But it has the thing to do. It's like it works.
But it works. Yeah.
It works, and
I
so
would have done it totally different.
I
but it works.
appreciate it for
Right.
a different reason.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. It's like a custom car, right? Like there's certain ways that people will set that shit up, and you're like, especially hot rods, right?
Well, what I'm imagining specifically, looking into an engine bay.
Oh.
Now you think about how much space you have,
Right, you can wire
the
it,
colors
run
they
it,
use,
right?
how they fucking routed their fucking plug wires,
But you
and
can
shit.
still appreciate when
Yep.
it's not the way you want it.
I'm like, I would have
Yep.
done it a little differently, but I like the color you used. That made it pop. That's fucking.
With guns, that doesn't work though. I'm just
Sure it
kidding.
does. Sure it does. Come on. Would you ever run this big of a fucking light on your lock?
Kind
But
of
doesn't it look tight?
kind of do.
Well,
Yeah.
see, mine's got a laser on it though.
Ooh.
My light works.
Did you know this?
I mean, this is a real one.
Yeah,
That's a
fake
faux.
laser. Oh, is it a real laser?
Yeah,
It
the
is.
laser
It
works.
is
with
really?
the light doesn't work. I'd rather have a
The
light.
battery's
than a
dead.
laser.
Battery's dead. Johnny, give me a 123.
Is that what it takes?
I think it takes 2.
That's a
Oh
powerful
my
ass
God.
laser.
2?
It takes 2. Fuck.
Yeah, it takes 2 123s.
Jesus
God
Christ.
damn, let's see this. I want to see this laser.
I think the laser still
Damn it.
works. I think the laser works actually.
Let's see if this laser works.
Yeah, I would still rather have my flashlight.
Oh yeah, no, totally. No, this is dog shit. Don't get me wrong.
I'm like, this has got to be a powerful laser if it takes 2 foot.
We're joking because it's weird.
Yeah.
There you go. You get it? Or is it
I
backwards?
don't
They
know.
might be backwards.
I don't
No,
see
I don't
You
it.
might have to readjust them. You know, like sometimes they're back flip.
Well, I know.
It looks like it looks like you had it the right way, right? Because that one has the pointy thing on that side going up.
So
Oh, there it went.
on
I
that,
saw it.
Look at
that
that, that's
note,
fine.
buy
Did you see it?
quality
Yes,
products.
Like really?
Yeah, I did.
You're not
On your
fucking
left.
with
No, look,
Oh yeah,
look.
right there.
Yeah.
It works, bitches.
It works,
How far does it go? I
bitches.
want to see how far it goes.
Well, you might be able to.
You know how far it goes. It goes. It's fucking.
Just don't shine it in the neighbor's windows.
the white.
Yeah,
They're like sniper.
I thought it would be like way more powerful.
Oh no, it's a red lasers.
It
are
takes
dog
2 batteries,
shit.
bro.
Red lasers. are
Jamie
shit.
was the other
It's
man
whole
on the
thing.
grassy
It has
knoll.
the flashlight if it worked too.
Oh,
Red
so,
lasers are
Give me
shit.
back my
So what I'm
batteries.
gonna say is
Yeah,
that-
you got 'em, you got 'em.
So wait, one is a fake battery?
No.
Takes one real battery and one fake one.
All right, what do we got in closing now that is totally devolved?
Fucking nothing. I had a great
Nothing.
time here.
Yeah, right?
Fucking
That's
nothing.
fucking fun.
You want to drink some more whiskey?
Yes.
All right. Peace.
Yeah. And we're out.
We're,
See you guys next Monday, right?
Next Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys on the flip flop. We're
Yeah.
gonna keep doing this. So join us back again. We'd love to hear from you guys. I'm probably gonna do some random live streams during the week again because I'm
Yeah, that's
bored
cool.
as shit. That
Check
was
out his
fun.
personal channel. If you do not follow Jamie, hit him up privately.
just
Look for
feel lucky that me and Johnny don't have a good internet connection. 'Cause,
Check me
yeah,
out on IG because you'll get daily updates of the apocalypse.
We have to do that later.
Yeah, we don't have a day 15 yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
We're on day 15.
Johnny's Instagram's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You guys are on it. Get on that shit.
Rest
So
of-
it is
rest
what it
of
is.
Shit.
About day, I think it was day 5 is when I figured out that
Yeah.
everyone. I got like a lot of private messages. Keep doing those. So now we're doing it.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
yesterday was sketch.
All right, guys, we're out of here. This has been the Groom 86 Freedom First live stream during the quarantine.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much
Stay
for joining
safe.
us.
Joining us,
Wash
guys.
your
Make
fucking
sure you
hands.
like and subscribe and hit us up on Facebook and Instagram and all those other channels we have.
Save some TP for the rest of us.
Shop.spreadshirt.com/Groom86. You want to get yourself a badass shirt. Bianca, I know you want to buy that shirt. Get in there. All right. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.
And taxation is still theft.